Hello, everybody. Pop culture curator here. So good to see you. I hope you're all doing fabulous, having a great time. I know tomorrow's hump day for the week, and so I hope it's all going smooth. If your word's hot, I hope you're staying cool. If your word's cold, I hope you're staying warm. And I want to start off by saying hello to my esteemed panelists, fellow panelists, that is. And I want to start with my good buddy, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. How are you doing, Gorilla?
Well, I'm doing all right. Been a
Hanging
day.
in there?
Yeah.
Been a day or a better day?
What? It's been a day.
It's been a day. Well, I hope tomorrow's better, sir. And how about PvP? How are you doing, sir?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad, Pop. Got a little bit of good news at work today, so that kind of picked my day up, and so yeah,
Very
can't complain.
cool.
Can't complain. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, congratulations are in order.
Well, I mean, it's nothing stellar. Well, it kind of is, but I don't like to go into details. When we're
That's
doing the
fine.
public
I
stream.
will definitely reserve and respect your privacy.
Okay.
My good, also very, very good friend and buddy, name is Eden. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, Pop. Had a first day off in a little while, so busy, but I mean, still very nice. Always happy to be doing this with you, my fellow co-panelists, and of course to everybody in the chat who are all rock stars.
The joy is all ours. Glad to see you again. So, in case you've been asleep under a rock for a few days, tonight we're going to be covering the movie Splinter. I hope you guys have been monitoring my community tab on my YouTube channel. And if so, this seems to be the one people voted for. And I want to apologize now. I know there's some people disappointed. They wanted some of the other ones to win. And I do honestly feel bad because I do want to show variety, but I do want to give the people the choice. And that's the reason why I rotate them. So I time after time. Understandably, somebody was disappointed because we didn't show it, but I am too. I love that movie. So keep in mind, I will put that back in the poll again. I'll continue. If they don't make it, back again, back again, back again. And then every now and then I'll work in a fresh title. Like tonight was it? Like it was a fresh title. I wasn't sure what kind of reaction we'd get, but overwhelmingly, it looks like people voted it in. So the first thing I want to do is ask my fellow panelists here, for all three of you, was this the first time you've seen this movie?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Same for me.
Have you ever heard of it before?
I never heard of it until
No.
I saw it in your community poll and noticed that had won. So I actually, of course, watched it last night quickly just to, see if I'd like it or not. And
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I've been
I hope you weren't disappointed.
No, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a good film, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I had heard of it for sure for quite a while. It's been on the list, so I'm glad we finally got to watch it.
When I think is, and like I've spoken before, as you guys were well aware, and I know it's old news, but you guys know I'm a fan of special effects and makeup. So I like to point out when we have excellent practical effects, and I also like to point out when we have excellent CGI effects. Because I know a lot of people think you knock CGI all the time. Well, here's another instance of I'm pointing it out because I appreciate it, and I think it was well done. Just the special effects alone, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I thought the effects were good, good solid effects in the film. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good mixture of prosthetics, live action, and CGI. It blurred the lines where you couldn't really tell which was which is the way to do it. So that's why it sticks in my head, and I wanted to present it to you guys. I want to appreciate and thank you guys for being here to share this with everybody along with me. Um, Now let's say hello and howdy do to all my wonderful friends in the comments. Would you like to help me out with that, my good friend Gorilla?
Yeah, I can here.
Thank you, sir. If you're up to it, that is.
Scurvy says, "Good evening, Pop and everyone.
Good hello,
Welcome, Scurvy.
hello. Hello, hello, lemon pie.
All right. Scurvy says, is this movie about getting a splinter, then having to dig it out with the tweezers,
Yes, you
then
know what? The funny is that's
get
what it
into
reminded me of when I first saw it, and it still does. And last week I got a splinter walking down the steps here at my house because he's got old wooden steps, and that's what was the inspiration for me putting it in the poll.
Oh, wow, life imitates art or something like that, I guess.
That's right.
Cool.
I totally forgot about this movie. It wasn't even on my radar at all. And then I got that Splinter last week, and then I thought, that's right, that movie Splinter. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
welcome, Jed's Landscaping LLC, number one Commodore Productions. He says,
Hey,
hello.
Jim. Good
Hi,
to
Jim.
see you. Hope you're staying cool, Jim.
And Scurvy
Jim.
saying hello to
Hey,
everybody
Lemon.
on the panel. And hey, the Jim. And welcome, Miss Atonic Madman. Welcome,
Hello, Miss
welcome.
Katonic. Good to see you, Madman.
And Jim says hi to Scurvy. And Jim says, Miss Atonic, good to see you and hear you again. And he says, hey to Scurvy. And Scurvy is highly disappointed. Hopefully he doesn't go on a riot and burn down a city because he wanted Frankenstein 1931. But it
Oh,
will
I'm
be a
sorry
good
about
stream.
And once again, I will put Frankenstein back in the poll, in the rotating poll, where I hope it will be picked. That's another thing. I like Frankenstein. Don't think that I don't like those movies, guys. I do. I like everything I put up there. I believe me, I like. But it's up to you. I'll let you guys pick.
Yeah, I keep voting for time after time because, well, for one thing, I think it's a great film and it's cool that, got a cool story and H.G. Wells and all that stuff. But, um, you know, uh, I'd really like to see a sci-fi film eventually one of these weeks because
Yeah.
it's been a while, right? We've been on a lot of horror stuff lately at the last couple of months. It
Well, I've been
seems.
trying
Yeah.
to. Well, when I put up the poll, I've been trying to put 2 horror and 2 sci-fi.
Yeah.
So that part I do try to make even.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't remember
that's
what
good.
I can't remember what I voted for, but I've been working on another poll trying to get the numbers up for the one I want on there.
Which is
That's working. There's a guy who reads that I know over or that met over Britain there that he reads audiobooks, or reads books, that are meant for all ages and that. Except right now it's short stories. He's reading some books that he really loved as a kid, but yeah, some Wizards book is winning there with 49% of the vote, and I'm really trying to get Lady Friday up to win, which is about 11 points behind
now how do you
the
get the
Wizard one.
votes up?
I sent it to a couple groups going, I really wish this book would win in the poll, and or
Oh, okay.
selectively share. I selectively shared it to a Garth Nix only Reddit
Oh,
subreddit.
does it
You know,
help?
yeah, it's helped. And I've even posted it on my Facebook. It's
Fair enough.
helping, but not about. I don't know if my efforts will be in vain or not. And
Okay.
welcome, Store to Poop is Cubor. He says, "Hello,
Hello.
humans and other critics." Yeah, all I'm doing is fortifying the poll. And Stuart says, "Pop, how?" And
Hi.
Scary how?
Hello.
And Scary says, "Brr, welcome." And hi, Stuart. Nevis says, "How?" And hello,
Hey,
Legend. Oh, I see where I rank. I don't get a hollow. I just get it at Gorilla.
that's
I
right.
see where I rank. Because PvP, you got
Ah,
a hollow PvP.
whoa.
That's and hollow Mystic. And everybody's just saying hi to each other. Mystic says hello to
Very cool.
Snort. And Snort says, just waiting for a news monster to carry me off. Don't worry, I'm back in my recliner tonight. There.
Oh, it's just
Oh
something
boy!
happened.
So will he hear gorilla sniffing or
Gorilla
snores?
snore.
Is that what you're saying?
Hey, I do not
Yeah, try to stay
snore.
with this, Gorilla.
Hey, I do not snore. I dream I'm a motorcycle. Yeah. And Skirby here says it's always great to see new faces. Then Stuart says, "How, Gorilla? My tiny bear brain is starting to shut down." All right, that's all the chats there, Pop. Oh, that's all of them.
I
Got
really
it.
believe he's
Thank
just
you,
mildly
thank you.
inconvenienced. There we go.
Thank you. Sorry about that. If you guys ever hear the files out of me and it's silent, temporarily, it's usually temporarily, I'm usually coughing or hacking in the background. I don't want you guys to hear that. So sometimes, see what makes it rough is when I feel a bad cough or a hack, something coming along. I don't have time to warn you. I can't say, okay, everybody, I'll be right back. I've got a cough. I can't do that. So sometimes I'll just mute abruptly. And I know that it kind of causes confusion because some people think there's something wrong with my mic. But assume first that I'm probably coughing. All right.
Yeah, dude, no worries.
Okay, now let me get the movie lined up here. Get it all ready to go. Give me just a moment.
Oh.
All right. You guys all there, ready to go?
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
All right. Okay, make sure I turn on my subtitles and get those ready. There it is. Okay, here we go. Share film. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking when I'm saying what I'm doing. And without further ado, here we go. Oh, one question before you start. Did you guys find any of the characters in this movie likable?
Yeah. It kind of changed as the movie went along, but I don't want to give away spoilers or anything.
Okay.
So
I was just curious.
they were kind of a mixed bag, I thought.
Well, they do change a little bit, right? Because I thought about that. I was going to ask you guys first, but then I go ahead and let it play so that everybody in the chat knows what we're talking about. Because obviously, I don't want them to be confused as well. And here we go. Splinter, 2008. I don't know why, but I get the feeling it looks like it was shot in Canada, but I could be wrong.
Really? Gee, I've never seen a Sherman gas station up here, I gotta say.
Oh no, the gas station itself, is built for the movie, so it's just going to be
Yeah.
a fake name.
Yeah, they can't use actual. Wait, does that say Coca-Cola on that vending machine?
Or you could pay a little royalties for an advertisement like that, but you're right. If it was like a Texaco or a big brand, they're not going to pay for that.
Yeah, I'm guessing that it's supposed to be kind of like Shell, but change it to Sherman.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. All right. This here, I got annoyed with what I was trying to watch this.
Already, why would happen?
Well, you get this here. They're doing the scene. They do a couple seconds. They also black screen name. Then do a couple seconds. Black screen name.
Uh-huh.
Do a couple seconds. Black screen. No, just do it like every other single movie there, and just put the names over the thing there.
Oh,
Right
I
over
know. I know.
It's so annoying just going from cutscene to cutscene to cutscene. I'm not. Don't go there. No, I'm not gonna make that joke. Not gonna make the joke I was gonna make.
Then there are a few other tropes from the era that I'll be pointing out later on. 2008. So keep that in mind, everybody, when you're watching it.
Oh, I just looked it up, Pop. It was actually, it says shooting took place in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So we have this guy munching on chips. Apparently, business is slow. He hears a noise behind him.
Well,
He says, I ain't got nothing, so he thinks it's an animal behind him because he's eating chips. Go ahead, Gorilla.
well, that's because that gas station ain't putting in the effort. First of all, it looks like they're out in the middle of nowhere, you know,
Yeah,
and it looks like it's a little run down. Like I wouldn't trust going and buying a snack for that place there. I'll tell you that right now.
right, nothing that's opened. Right, like I'll eat chips, but I wouldn't eat like a hot dog.
No, I wouldn't even trust the chips. It'd be like because that the chips would be like the beef jerky I bought from Walmart a month ago that I took right back in.
Yeah, but even the chips have a date on them, don't they?
They should.
Yeah, but who's to say they rotate their inventory?
Well, that's just if they don't, then you wouldn't buy it. I guess because I look at the date on everything.
Yeah, it's always good
Yeah.
to check the date.
Well, usually like with beef jerky, the expiration date's like 3 years out there. So I went and bought some of the Great Value beef jerky.
Yeah, beef
And-
jerky should last for quite a while.
Yeah.
Years past
Half-
already.
Half of the jerky in there was completely moldy. And I'm not talking about little white
Jeez.
mold there. It
How-
was. I looked into it.
old?
I was like, holy.
How old was this stuff, Gorilla?
It had. I didn't even look at the date to be honest. I just
Jeez.
took it back in and I took the lady. I just went, bought this. I opened it up in the car. That's what I got. She looked in. She's like,
Yeah.
and beef jerky don't mold. You might want to go back there and check the rest of your
Well,
stock.
it shouldn't. Like, I've never seen moldy beef jerky, because it
It
usually
doesn't have a
seems to
shelf
last-
life.
Yeah, it
I
lasts
never knew
forever,
that.
it seems.
Yeah,
I
it does
didn't
have
know
a.
that.
It does have a shelf life. There, this is only the second time in my life that I've ever seen beef jerky get old enough to get mold.
Ugh.
The other time was the vending machine at work because no one's gonna pay $2 for a tiny little bag of beef jerky.
So they waited till they expired, and somebody finally got rid of it, right?
No, they never. No, the guy never even ever checked their expiration dates. He'd come in, check to see what needed restocking, restock it, then leave. As
You
until
said
they
so?
start filing a complaint, until someone filed a complaint, they start
That's what,
checking
I'm,
the
sa-
expiration
that's
date.
that's what I'm saying. So somebody finally came in and got rid of it after it was brought in.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
after someone from the office got it.
Well, somebody should be doing like stock control, like looking at expiration dates and, having an idea of what's going on, like especially at Walmart. That's kind of shocking, actually.
Well, they don't check the dates on stuff unless
Really?
it's like fresh meat. But they're not
Wow.
going to check the dates because they don't have time to sit there and check the date on every single item throughout the whole through 12 lines of food. Plus
Wait a
what's
minute.
everything
Wait,
else.
they don't have time, or they don't want to make time.
I
Well,
see.
no, if
I
you think about it, they'd be checking the date on probably over 10,000 different items every night.
Most of the supermarkets and stuff around here, though, girl, if it's getting close to the expiration date, they'll just mark it down like 50% off or something just to clear it out that week, right? Like,
No, Walmart does it.
wow.
I think because if they throw it out, then they get a tax. They can write it off their taxes.
Huh. Wow. Well,
Now
by
I'm
the
trying
way,
to figure out if my video player is not working, or what is going on here.
It's a black line there because you get the. Oh, I don't actually. It should be working.
I
yeah, I'm
know.
seeing subtitles on a black screen here.
Hold on.
Because it was fine, not too long ago, because there was that critter that ate the guy or whatever. I saw that on the screen for a minute, but oh, there we go. It's back now.
All right, we go back here. Bear with me, guys. A little bit of troubleshooting. Catch up to it now. There we go. Okay, it's because I was. Oh, so it did that because I was skipping through the credits. Oh well. Okay, here we go.
So,
Um,
we got this here with a gal. Apparently, she's the one leading it there. That she wanted to go out camping, so let's just say they could have a little fun under the stars.
Yep. Which sounds like a great idea. If she didn't have that damn bleached hair.
Oh, she looks good in this, I thought, but
Well, you guys like that style. I don't.
I never said I liked it. I just don't really care. It doesn't bother me, personally.
yeah.
But that's me.
I mean, that hair there, that doesn't bother me nearly as much as this city boy. Oh, heck, I don't even know if I could call him a freaking city boy.
His name is Cuck.
Yeah, he kind of did have that.
Last name Whipped.
He did have he did have that soy boy look about him, didn't he?
150%.
Hey, a soy boy is more useful than this guy.
He's obviously allergic to testosterone.
Like, he's complaining about bugs and all that in the scene. I was like, the mosquitoes aren't that bad. Just put a little bug spray on and you're good.
He literally just asked for a little bug spray. What are you talking about? Like, the dude's a nerd, but he's not that bad of a character. You guys are like going off pretty hard on him.
Yeah, I think I found him. It was more his appearance. He looked kind of wimpy than actually as a character. He actually turned out to be quite useful later on in the film.
No, his appearance didn't bother me, but it was his character. Is the character there?
I thought his character got better as the film went on, though.
Yeah,
because he actually knew some stuff that could kind of help them out, right? So
yeah. Hey, and welcome C4.
C4.
Yeah. Cam.
How you doing, buddy?
Okay, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, Cam crash courses. There's
Oh,
4 C's. There's 4 C's.
Hey, Cam,
Good to see you, Cam. Yeah.
So C times 4. C4.
Hey guys, did this movie make any money? Like, I'm just looking here. It says the box office was just over $500,000. That seems shockingly low, I gotta say.
Well, if that's the case, then they did good with the budget, in my opinion.
Because it doesn't even have the budget listed here, so the information's pretty sketchy.
Or whether it might be like a made-for-Shutter movie or something.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like a one of those movies that goes right to streaming kind of deal. I'm kind of thinking that might be the case. Looking at
when they showed the opening credits and they showed one of the labels was Magnet, and I'm wondering if that might be a subsidiary of like Shutter or one of those horror streams. Which reminds me, a movie I'm going to be adding to our list coming up because it reminded me of another good movie I've seen, produced by Magnet, and that was called The Midnight Meat Train. You guys heard of it?
Midnight Meat Train. Well, that's a charming title.
I've heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Well, that's another one that you guys will see. It'll start popping up on my polls. Great movie.
Okay. So it sounds like this little production company actually has some good stuff they made.
Yeah, but I would compare it side by side to Blumhouse. This has low budget. They don't spend a lot of money. In fact, they don't even spend as much as Blumhouse. Blumhouse spends $2 or $3 million, and all Blumhouse puts out is crap, one after the other, crap. And this is an example of a studio that does it right. Notice there's no little girl like doll running around screaming and all that kind of crap. So I mean, this is a miles above and beyond Blumhouse.
Oh no, they just replaced it with that guy.
Pretty much.
No, but this
won some awards. It won 6 awards at the Screamfest Horror Film Festival, whatever that is. for best editing,
Right
score,
on.
effects, makeup, direction, and best picture. Woohoo!
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this guy couldn't even put up a tent, which is easy.
No,
Put. What's
Okay,
the
country
camera?
boy. Keep talking, farm boy.
it's true.
I will.
It's true that the character as written. I was going to bring that up too when I was watching this. It's like when they wrote the characters. Once again, I brought this up in the previous streams. They write the characters where you hate them. I hated this couple from the very beginning. It's like they drove straight out of San Francisco. And it makes you just like, it's just so anti-reality. Nobody would want to be around a couple like that. In reality, they'd have no friends. He would have no friends for sure.
No, you
She
can probably
would.
find people around the. No, he could hang out with other people that like to talk about nature, just not be in it.
No, but I'm talking about he would be sitting around. He's a cuck. So all he would do is be talking about doting to his wife. Honey, you want this? Honey, you want that? Honey, can I
At
get
what
that
point
for
did you
you?
get that he's a cuck, dude? Like, where are you getting this from, Pop? Because he can't change a tire? Because he can't put up a thing?
You can't
Like, I
drive,
don't understand where you're
Can't
getting this from.
can't drive.
Well, I can't drive a stick, and to be
They-
fair, I can't drive a stick.
Dang,
I
dude,
can't-
I can't drive a stick.
I can't
Oh,
drive
no.
a standard either.
They
I don't
give
think
any
most
Holy
clues.
shit, I can't lift a tire. Does that mean I'm a cuck? Fuck,
They
I
give
guess
any
so.
clues.
Holy shit.
They give many clues. I didn't think
I don't know.
about it
Anyway,
this.
carrying on. I'm not going to get drawn into this argument.
Personally, I found most of the
I could have made
characters.
a list. I didn't.
I found most of the characters unlikable early on in the film, which I think was maybe part of the strategy. Because, it's like, okay, they're all kind of like blah characters at the beginning, but then they do get to go on a character arc of some sort, most of them, and develop, in some ways, which I thought was one of the better parts of the film that made it, interesting to watch, right? Because they did develop as characters as the story progressed, which I thought was a plus, personally, watching the movie. But that's just my thought on it,
That's
I don't
totally fine.
No. I would agree with you, PvP. There's a lot of character growth. There's a lot of just because this guy is the prototypical nerd, we're all hating on him. When in reality, let's face it, like he's no different than the rest of us.
Well, the thing was, he was written obviously to be a nerd. That's
He's not
blatantly obvious.
He's not like me or anybody I've ever known unless I was in San Francisco.
But as the story,
Okay,
Bay
Pop.
Area.
as the story went on, I thought it's like he had some scientific knowledge base. So I'm guessing
Biology. Yeah, well, he's got
yeah,
a
okay. So he's a
PhD in
scientist,
biology.
scientific type of guy, right? So I guess a lot of scientists are kind of nerds, at least they seem to be, right? So I didn't find the character particularly far-fetched when I was watching it.
I don't know, the relationship between him and her, I'm not fond of, I'll put it that way.
I didn't think it was a major part of the movie. I didn't think there was any big. I had really very little interest in their relationship because to me that was kind of a
That's
side
okay.
point.
That's what, yeah, I agree.
Anyway, I guess we get our other characters coming along here in a little bit too, don't we?
There we go. That guy, I thought he looked familiar, but I'm not really sure. But I'm not going to go on that.
that
Kong Skull Island, Pop. He's from Kong Skull Island.
I thought it was familiar. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, no worries. Yeah, once again, I have more of a problem with this dude just because he's not a good actor. He's fine for what he is, but this dude doesn't have emotion or range.
You talking about the bad guy here, the one who's got his head shaved?
Yes.
But don't you think perhaps Nemesis, that was part of his character? Because he's not like a rocket scientist, right?
Oh, no. I'm just seeing this actor. He plays the same dude in every film I've seen.
Oh,
I've only seen 2, but it's just okay. Yeah, let's.
Okay.
Sleazebag.
Yeah, and
Is it what? Shea Whigham, or I'm trying to figure out who this actor is.
Yeah.
And once
I
again,
guess,
he's fine for what he is, but like,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I should have done that and read it out as part of the introduction, but I just didn't. I wasn't that interested in the cast. And I
Yeah.
apologize for that, guys, because I usually do read that stuff.
Yeah, and he could get rid of. He got rid of that truck. I mean, he could have easily went into town and go, "Hey, I need to get rid of my truck. Blah blah blah." You can come up with a BS story like, "Yeah, my girlfriend's making me get rid of the truck here. Sell it for like $400, you know, and have it off his hands right away." And not only that, because they're just getting rid of it instead of just pushing it down into a ravine.
I thought it wasn't running.
No, I thought. Oh, did it break down? I thought it was. I thought it was running.
no, it broke down.
Okay.
The engine was fried.
Okay, I missed that part.
Yeah, and he's a wanted criminal. He can't just be like, oh hey, let's go into town and sell some stuff. There's supposed to be.
How
Yeah,
many people really go and how many people really will look into the details of that? Go $400 for a truck? Heck yeah.
I think most.
I wouldn't buy a
I
vehicle
would
for
buy a
$400.
$400 truck off some strange looking dude. Like, no way.
I think it may have been a Ford.
Hey, I know a couple people who sit there and buy those $400 vehicles, and they can get them up and running great. I know one guy, every single one of his vehicles, he paid less than $1,000 for. They all run great.
Yeah,
I'm
when
sure
they,
they look.
Wow.
I'm sure it looks.
and when
It looks magnificent in his yard, doesn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
when he tried to sell it and they found out it was stolen, like what happened then, Gorilla?
By that
Well,
time, that
then
guy's long.
That's
By
just like,
that time, that guy's
that
gonna be
price.
long gone. By that
well,
time,
geez, I don't know. I wouldn't be buying no stolen trucks personally.
no, but also what I'm saying is he could easily sold that if it didn't break down like they could have easily sold it. But the vehicles that my coworker has, only one of them's but it's from 1974. It's a big black truck, but otherwise all the other vehicles look pretty good.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
So carrying on with the movie.
Yeah.
So they're
Let's
talking about.
should we catch up with chat real quick?
Good idea. Thank you, Gorilla.
Scurvy says gorillas and bears. Oh my. Subtle product placement number 1. Yeah.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
No, Cape Cod chips.
Oh, the chips.
Oh, product placement number 2.
Somebody's got a good eye. I couldn't tell what chips those were, but I'm looking at this on a laptop. Good eye, good eye.
Yeah, I think he was talking about Coca-Cola. What was the first one with the vending machine? Isn't that Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad? No, not this guy. There was one guy there from Breaking Bad. Let's see.
If he was on Breaking Bad, it's possible. I'm not gonna say no, he wasn't, but he definitely was not Skinny Pete.
No, I think he's talking about Charles Baker here.
Charles Baker, yeah, it's
Skinny Pete. Skinny Pete.
That is Skinny Pete.
I think he's talking. That's a gas station attendant.
Yeah, I think it must have been.
The gas station attendant was Skinny Pete from Breaking Bad.
That's what it says here. I mean, I don't know.
Oh no, I didn't know that. I need to go back and look at that up.
Yeah, the character is Blake Sherman Jr. is the one. Whoever plays Blake Sherman Jr. is Skinny Pete in Breaking Bad.
Well, that's an excellent character in Breaking Bad. He's hilarious. So, thank you. Again, it should be easy to. If you're reading names of who's in this movie, it should be easy. There's only like 4 people in it, right? Total 4 or 5.
6.
6.
Yep. And I checked the data on everything too. Even at decent, busy stores, expired stuff can be found. Yeah, but it all depends on what I'm buying there. Like beef jerky, yeah, it's like usually that goes fast enough that you don't have to worry about it. But I suppose this wasn't right up next to the cash register as an impulse buy. This was buried back in the store. That Snort says, I guess eating that green roast beef sandwich from the vending machine was a bad idea. No, Snort, if you want to get super strong and super smart and all that, you got to eat the 25-cent egg salad bathroom sandwich there.
No, I'm not gonna buy anything that's for sale in the bathroom.
Yeah, that I was making a Futurama reference.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Miss Satanic, wow, maybe so. Then Miss Satanic, it is him. I looked it up.
Cool.
This is where C4 said, "Hello, everyone. Pop culture. Hi, Pop, Gorilla, PvP, and chat. Popped in to say hi and drop a like. Hope you're
Right
all
back
doing
at you.
well."
You can. Yeah.
And Mr.
Well, if
Tonic
you
says,
go ahead.
"Keep going." What were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Tonic says, "Scurvy, I knew he looked familiar." And then,
Now you're saying, let me just to make sure. You're saying the guy with the gun is not the guy that played Skinny Pete, but the gas station attendant was Skinny Pete. Is that correct?
I'm pretty sure.
All right,
The
go
dude who
ahead.
got ravaged by the squirrel.
Got it. Yes, those darn squirrels.
Yeah. Then everybody say hi to each other. And Bradley Cooper and Vinnie Jones, if I recall correctly. Ray, the other two are Rachel Curbs and Lauren Listed, unless we're talking about someone else.
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we're getting down the rabbit hole here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cam says, "Great to see y'all. Have fun. Catch you soon." Or you have a good night there, Cam. And I can pitch you a tent. I can pitch a tent. No problem. Thanks for the information there, Scurvy. Thank you. We all
We
appreciate it.
appreciate that. With all the drugs she on, there's no way that she'd be that chubby.
And welcome Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, MCU, and Doctor Who. We get the Pride Hearts again.
Hello,
Even though
Taylor
June,
Swift. Hello,
even
hello.
even though June is over.
Yes, and even though that month is officially over.
Yeah. And Mr. Talk says he was at Broadwalk, and Boardwalk Empire. The gas station attendant was Skinny Pete. And Midnight
Thank
Meat
you.
Train. Never even heard of that one. And Chad
Dude,
is
it's supposed to be good. Anyways.
yeah, we're all caught up.
Yeah.
All right. So they could have done this whole scene here differently, where they had to take him hostages. He could have just had her flag down the thing because it had him stop anyhow. Because that gal seems like she would stop for anybody. Because you just see a little girl out in the middle of the road there. You know something's up, not just she's in trouble. I would have said this like differently,
I just
just
would have
like
kept
have walk
driving.
along.
I would have kept driving and said, "Sorry, sweetheart." Like, maybe, phoned the authorities and said, "Hey, there's some weird chick walking around out on the highway that looks like she's lost. Like, maybe you should send somebody out to, help her out." But no way I stop. I just don't stop for hitchhikers anymore. There's too many crazy people out in the world these days.
I'm too nice of a guy.
Yeah, you definitely
I
know
I just
don't
gave
know
up
what to
on it.
expect.
Maybe 20 years ago I would have had no second thought, but not these days.
I don't know. I've never
So
had a problem. But anyhow, but
essentially, what's going on here are the bad guys broke their car, the Ford broke down. He pushed it off to the side of the road, and then along came the couple. I don't know if they're married. I think they're married, and they get hijacked by the bad guys. The bad guy has a gun. Sorry, I'm just keeping for the chats that are out there. Anybody, if they can't see because they're listening to this, I'm kind of trying to fill in the blanks so they know what's going on as far as the plot's concerned. Sorry we can't show the movie, guys, but I can't take the chance of getting a copyright strike. So the best we could do are stills and slides like we're doing now. Every now and then, maybe a split second of video like that, but that's about the extent of it. If you like what you're seeing, please consider hitting the like button and join. Maybe subscribe to my channel. It won't cost anything. Sorry, guys. Go ahead.
no. So, so have we gotten to where they? No, they're just getting in the vehicles, aren't they?
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, they're just starting to drive.
they're just basically beginning to kidnap them at this point. So
Oh, yeah.
nothing much going on so far, really.
and his drug addict girlfriend, not only is she drug addict, but she's crazy. So, what the first thing you do is hand her the gun. It's like, oh god.
Well, they are a couple of rocket scientists, aren't they, Pop?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. What I like though is she's the only one that knows how to drive the vehicle, I think. Doesn't she?
Yes.
No,
And so he puts a gun to her head, could accidentally blow her brains out, and then who's going to drive?
well,
Yes.
it's because she was running her mouth there. But I think he can
Hey,
drive a stick though.
really?
But he's trying to control the situation, so he can't be driving and control the situation at the same time.
That's
I don't remember.
possible.
I don't remember if he said he actually could drive it though.
Well, it isn't. What was his truck? Did you guys notice if it was a standard or a automatic?
I don't know if it was ever actually made clear on that point.
I didn't even bother looking.
For one of the first things I did, I learned how to drive a stick when I was 15 because I wanted to know how to drive everything. So I don't know. I just find it odd, and especially if I'm going on a long distance road trip with my significant other, I want us both know how to drive that car because of whatever happens. That's how I've always been. I've done that before. In fact, I've done it before. I learned to stick that way, and I've taught other people to stick for that reason. But oh well, that's my opinion, as they say. But I do love that truck. Reminds me of my old Forerunner. They're very good cars.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they were built to last back then. My old Concorde is still going, and I can't believe it. It still keeps running that old beast.
I thought about it because right now I want a Prius that needs work. And what I was originally doing was saving up money to get it fixed.
Hmm.
And I was thinking, the only reason I had a Prius is because I was doing rideshare and it was good on gas. But
Ah.
I wish I could sell the whole kit and caboodle
Mm.
and go buy another Forerunner. Oh well. And then do camping vlogs. That would be great. Pinocchio? No, I'm just kidding. That's not a camping reel.
So they must have been driving for quite a while because it wasn't light out here not too long ago.
You mean daytime? Yes, you're right. Time
Yeah,
has passed.
when they first kidnapped them, it was daytime. Yeah, for sure.
Now, help me remember, guys. I know the bad guys were headed towards Mexico. Where were the good guys going to?
They're going to find a
Camping.
motel.
Camping, that's right. My mind drew a blank. Yes, you're right. Camping and then a motel when the tent broke. And they're asking him if he could write prescriptions. But no, he's not that kind of doctor. Just drive till I say different. This is a dictatorship from here on out. But at least overall, I would say they all are good enough actors to hold the movie up. It could have been so much worse.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't find any trouble. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nepsis.
No, I was gonna agree. It's like, yeah, they're all decent. They're all fine, right? Like, it's the writing that I'm assuming most people aren't liking versus the actors themselves.
Yeah, I found the cast was solid enough where none of them were so poor that they actually took me out of the film, so to speak. I mean, I actually thought all their
Yes.
performances were good, basic, solid performances for what they had to do. Because let's face it, the characters for the most part aren't overly complicated anyway. So it's not
No,
like you need, Sir Laurence Olivier to deliver these lines, right? So, just saying.
that's right. Yes. So just in time, we get to see the scene where looks like something's getting ran over in the road. It's like, what the heck was that? Ginger's dead. Babe, we've got a flat tire. So we're like, immediately in our mind, we're all thinking, oh no, not one of those. And here's where you find out the mental issues with the girlfriend of the convict. Why do you guys want attention all of a sudden, dog? Come on, beat it. Go back. So now it's like they had to pull over and stop. And what we saw, of course, we didn't see it when we were showing the slides, but what it clearly showed was when the when the truck ran over the tire, is A, yes, it popped the tire, but B, as we saw, you could see the radiator fluid start leaking. So something also punctured the radiator. There it is. Oh, I'm surprised I caught it in a slide.
Excellent. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the tire's not going to be the real problem here, because without radiator fluid, they're not going to go too far.
Correct. But of course, they don't think like me. When I drove long distance anywhere, in fact, not just long distance, but when I had my 4Runner, I carried an extra jug of antifreeze. I always carried a little bit of antifreeze. I carried a little bit of oil. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's anti all that. It's like, come on, common sense.
Well, especially if you were going anywhere that's kind of out of the way. Like it seems like this road is not a very busy road because we don't see a lot of traffic on it.
No,
Come
none.
to think of it, right? And like that poor gas station guy at the start of the film eating his potato chips. I get the feeling if like he gets like 5 customers a day, he's happy, because it seems like it's a back roads kind of gas station that most people would never even
Well, yeah, you wonder how it
drive
stays
by.
in business.
Well, yeah. Maybe it's the only gas station for like 50 miles or something, but it doesn't
Well,
seem like a very
that's a good
populated
point. That's a
area.
good point. Right,
I
that's a
think so.
good point. Considering how many or how many not that they don't have customers, it's almost like you think that's the first gas station in like 100 miles.
Well, I think that's more like we will question nothing kind of gas station. Kind of, if you want to do your activities around here, we won't ask no questions. We'll turn our back. Just as long as we don't get in trouble here, we don't care.
Oh,
Versus
that
other gas stations might just kick certain people off of them, so they can
yeah,
afford to.
you're right about that.
Uh,
By the way, has anybody ever or know anything about changing a tire on a same car she has right now, the 4Runner? Anybody guys have known anything about that?
Well, I know how to
Nope.
change a tire very easily, unless they did something to those forerunners that's different.
Oh, because it is different.
Okay.
All right, anyway, I don't want to go into too much detail, but it
Yeah.
just seems like something he would have learned.
Yeah. Well,
I don't-
if they have to do like something way different than just taking the lug nuts off, jacking it up and taking the lug nuts off and putting the new one on, and
It's
tightening the lug
different.
nuts.
It is
Okay,
more
then
different than that.
then I can forgive that part a little bit more. I thought there's just basic
No,
cartridge.
no. What I'm saying is I would have thought about it before I left, and I said, "Do you know how to change that tire?" Yes, no. Both of us know how to change it. Or where's the access to? I would have asked questions because that's just how I've always been. So for me, it's just something I can't identify with, I guess. Because the first thing I did when I got my hands on that thing was I wanted to know how to do all that stuff. And if I was riding with somebody, I would want to know all that. But I'm different than others, which is okay. Anyway, now they're looking at it, and she still thinks it's Ginger. Mama's here now. It's gonna be okay, Ginger. Okay, you got to help her. Oh, and of course she's poor guy. She's telling him to help whatever that is. I think you can even tell what it is.
Yeah, there wasn't much of it left from what I could see. So
Smithereens.
she's like really tripping balls by this point. I'm guessing, right?
Well, drugs will do that to you. Just remember, kids,
Yeah.
drugs are bad.
Well, the
And
thing
then
was,
there
like,
was
I didn't want anybody to even get close to the thing because we kind of could figure out what might happen, right? So
well, exactly right. And out in the middle of nowhere, when you hit it, it's like, what do you expect? You're going to accept responsibility? You're going to go back and help it? I mean, come on. It's either dead or it's nothing but roadkill. But plot's got to move along, which is understandable.
I think they were just trying to build a bit of suspense in the scene. Was what I took away from this bit here, Pop.
Come on, biology. Ginger needs you. I'm pretty sure it's dead.
Yeah, if it looks like if it looks like a plate of lasagna, it's probably dead.
Exactly. Burnt lasagna, it looks like.
Hey, now quit making fun of my cooking. uh,
Pop that sucker off. Wait a minute. They got the tire off the rim?
no,
You can't do that without it.
no, the rib's still there.
Look at the one in the middle of the screen.
No, I think it's just backwards because they got to spin it around. The rib's there.
No,
At the
the
front of the line.
tire. Oh, there it is. The shadow. I had to look at the bottom of the tire. Yes, it does have the rim. Okay. That makes more sense. It's the shadow. And there's the first splinter. The worst part of splinters, too, is where you don't have anything to remove it, or you're not around anywhere to remove it. And you have to, A, wait for hours until you have a way of removing it, or B, just leave it until it eventually works its way out. My mother used to use like razor blade where she would slice a little slice to get it out of there. It was like,
Ouch.
oh,
Yeah, I
always
think I
hate.
always use tweezers, but sometimes it would just fester, and then it would
Yes,
just work its own way out, which was not the preferred way. But I probably had a couple of those as a little kid, where it would just fester its way out, and
yes.
kids are tough. I was probably
Well,
tougher as a kid.
well, for me, I deal with splitters all the time because I work with around metal shavings all day long. So
Ooh,
Ooh,
those are
that sounds
Yeah,
bad.
dude. I've
that
gotten
sounds
those in my
nasty.
eyes before. Yeah, it's awful.
What?
Wow,
In your
how'd you get in
eyes?
Yeah,
your
if you don't get
eye?
them out, they rust.
Jeez, how did that
Wait,
happen,
No.
Nemesis?
go back, Nemesis. Tell us about it.
Oh, no, I'm a journeyman sheet metal worker. Like, if I work in the trades, it's inevitable. You're drilling over your head. It's going to get past the safety glasses somehow. And then,
Ouch.
yeah, you have to go to the eye doctor, and they either try to spray it out or they take basically one of those metal file brushes and try and brush it out of your eye.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
Brush it out of your eye.
Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But you don't
yeah,
do that job anymore, do you, Nemesis? Or
I wish I could, but I physically can't. Like I said, I have a bad back. I can't do nothing.
Right,
Yeah.
because you're in retail now,
Sorry.
so yeah, okay.
Yeah, ours
Such
is
is life.
we
Go ahead,
try to
Gorilla.
flush. Ours is we try to flush them out. If they can't, then they send us to an eye doctor. But I don't know where they're gonna send us now that our eye doctor downtown closed.
Oh, okay. No, that's not good.
Huh.
But I am
Got
sorry
one-
to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I empathize with you, Nemesis.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate it, but yeah, it's I empathize with you. Splinter suck. Metal, wood, alien, Splinter suck.
All right.
Well, I
Well,
was thinking with the metal splinter, I guess it wouldn't really. This probably sounds ridiculous, but probably trying to use a magnet wouldn't work, right? Probably might be
Uh, we tried that before. We actually do got like a little magnet there, but the problem is if it's attached in, if it's so, if it once it gets so far into the skin, the magnet won't help, unless you got a very
Well,
strong
yeah, of
magnet.
course. And then if you have a very strong magnet, it's going to tear everything up and cause more damage than it originally incurred.
Yeah, but here we got a couple chats here. We'll get so we can keep up on them.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Tonic says not the sharpest tools in the shed. Those two.
No,
Correct.
they're not. No, they're not.
Yeah, and Scarini says I need to ask my dog how he got cast in the gas station scene back in 2008. Well, tell us what he says there. Hey, PvP,
Yeah.
can you read this one, please?
Okay. PvP would rub eggnog on the splinter and it would come right out. Well, there you go. Thanks, Lemon.
That's a good suggestion.
And that definitely does look like roadkill, does it not? Yikes.
Burnt.
Ugh.
But it's so cool watching this. They start twitching, they just start coming all back together.
So
Hey,
this is all.
fix.
Is this
That's funny.
practical?
I don't know what, and she says, "Hey, fix it."
Fix
It's like,
what?
yeah, right.
What are you gonna fix? Is this CGI pop at this point or practical?
Practical.
Hey, the one this would be so much better instead of making him a PhD in biology, or maybe have him gone to college for some biology and have him drop out and he became a taxidermist. That could have made this whole so much better.
And here's where she said, "Fix it, or I'll shoot you." So only then, and for that reason, is why he's slowly reaching for it. See these? I don't. What is this? What is that? Look at that. There's no. That is dead. That's what that is. That is dead. That'd be enough to make me shit my pants. Well, first of all, I wouldn't be in that situation, but if I did, I would probably. Holy shit, holy motherfucker. And she just starts firing indiscriminately. Oh, I forgot his name is Seth. That didn't help either. I don't know why I have issues with that name for some reason.
They were really giving him nerd overload. I have to agree there, Pop.
Yeah, that's that kind of over the top nerd.
Yeah, they couldn't have just called him like Fred or Frank or Chuck.
Yeah, I know, huh? Poindexter.
Oh, they might as well have. Anyway, the boyfriend here, the bad guy, is finally starting to figure out something screwed up. Finally.
Get in, get in, get in. Which I'm sure if there was an audience, they would have been yelling it.
Yeah, get to the Jeep.
I'm actually surprised they didn't get a theatrical release for this because it seems like they couldn't have with that low box office. But I thought I could see this movie doing okay, like for a week or two in the theaters. You know.
See, well, that's just it. There's been a lot movies that are a lot worse that make more.
Yeah,
That's why it boggles
exactly.
my mind. Yeah, when I hear about Annabelle, there I go with Blumhouse again. But when I hear about these other the horrible movies, they just they bring in like 50 million. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so
Yeah.
it tells a lot about audiences these
Well,
days.
the
They
thing
talk about
is,
modern audience. You know, it's like
there, but there's still lots of horror fans. Like, we enjoy the film, and there's still lots of horror fans like us that would probably, have gone to the theater for at least the opening weekend and maybe for the
uh-huh.
next week or two, and they could have raked in a couple million, you'd think, right? Like, geez, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Another thing, in my opinion, this is my opinion. That is one big plus is it's not a um, slasher, stalker, whatever you want to call it. You know, where it's just some guy with a knife killing people. This is a monster movie, and we don't get enough of those, in my opinion. We are
I
so
agree.
reactive. Yeah, we need monster movies. Screw this garbage.
Yeah, that's true. Because I think the slasher genre is pretty much, slashed itself to death, really.
Yeah, how many times are you gonna do it and make people interested?
Yeah, well, it's like superhero genre. Like, I don't really have much interest in most superhero films anymore. They'd have to be really good, to get me to go and pay money. But yeah, this is just, well, I kept thinking, like, that's kind of part of the film I kind of enjoyed. Like, it's never explicitly explained exactly what this thing is, right? Like, I kept guessing extraterrestrial thing of, some, origin from space or something.
I
But I
thought
mean,
of Space too. Yes.
yeah, but it's never explicitly stated in the film, which I kind of liked,
No.
actually, that they didn't,
Same here. Me
they
too.
didn't.
Same here. They did not explain it. But does that make me like it any less? No. I appreciated the fact that it was very mysterious.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Bob.
While still, by the way, paying homage to the movies that I've seen before. So I like that it's enough to like, oh, okay, I get it, without having to totally rip off another movie.
Mm.
So I prefer that. Yeah, she's like over the deep end. When was the last time you took a hit, Lace? That's another thing I was going to mention too. Is they're speaking as if she's on drugs, and she even says, but they don't mention what drugs she's on. So what kind of drugs causes this sort of reaction? When was the last time you took a hit, Lacey? It's not that. Do you tell me?
Hmm.
I swear to
Yeah,
God, it's not that.
yeah. I bet you it's heroin.
Heroin's a good possibility because it's not methamphetamine. That's not how you act on meth. We all know it's definitely not pot. Fentanyl, I don't know. I'm not sure about the reactions on fentanyl.
Well, it could be heroin mixed with fentanyl,
True.
because that's not cocaine either. Could be crack. My guess is, especially, did they say where this was filmed at?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Is that one of you guys said where it was filmed?
Or no, well, it depends.
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma
Thank you.
City.
Duh. How can I forget that? Thank you. Thank you, Nemesis.
So
You're
it's
welcome.
supposed to take place in Oklahoma. So I'm guessing, yeah, it'd have to be heroin. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's one of those states where pot's illegal, but they'll throw a book at you for something like heroin or methamphetamine. Well, actually, I misworded that. All of it's illegal, and that's why they have so many people that are on methamphetamine and heroin because it's cheaper than pot. And she's like, "Oh no, what is this?" And it's like the Toyota. Oh, this was the beginning of mine too. Smoke coming out of the radiator. V6, Yeah, my Forerunner was almost just like this one. V6 green, everything. Motherfucking radiator, fuck. And she's barely holding it on here as well. And then this is where her boyfriend, the bad guy with the gun, says, one thing is for sure, luck is will change. Pull over. And here we approach the lonely gas station from earlier in the movie.
You know, okay, I have a nitpick here. I know this probably is minor, and maybe I shouldn't even bring it up, but the dude was the only attendant, right, when he got, eaten at the beginning of the movie, and it was
No,
daylight at the
no
time, right?
shift change. Uh huh.
So did all these lights come on? Like, is this like an automated switch?
Oh yeah. Uh huh.
It has to be, right? Because obviously the attendant didn't go and walk in and put the lights on after he was like,
Right.
basically
Yeah.
dead.
Right. It makes sense it'd all be on auto.
Yeah, because no, not most yeah stuff like that they'll automatically turn on just so that employees don't accidentally turn them on, or if they need to go off, that they automatically go off at certain times, so that
Yes.
the
Yeah,
tenants don't forget they run up their bill.
right.
If
So what's
anything, what I was thinking of is they must work some hella long shifts here at this gas station because it's
Or
like
he's the
how
only
early in the
what?
day.
Well, I
Well,
was
he
thinking
can't
this
work
was just
24
a
hours a day.
no, but I was
Overhead.
thinking maybe he worked from like 6 in the morning till like 11 at like 9 or 10 at night.
He'd have to be salary. I don't know how
No,
many
no, he's
people.
probably the owner. I was thinking he's the owner that worked 6 to 9 or 10.
Well, you could fit it into that box to explain it, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. It is possible, but of course, the movie doesn't focus on that. Thank goodness, we're not here to watch somebody clock in and out.
Yeah, I think that's one of the strong points of the film is it doesn't waste time on unimportant details and dragging the story down to boredom by putting stuff background stuff that really isn't needed at all to tell the story.
Right. And here's where she said she wants to go to the bathroom. This is his. ah, I'm gonna have to break down and do this. Give me just a moment, guys.
Sure.
I gotta look at the character names because I'm wasting more time by not.
So anyway, our bad boy here is saying it's 30 miles to the next town. It sounds like so. I'm guessing that this gas station is 30 miles away from pretty much anything.
Well, it could be like right on the edge of a town that we just don't see the angle of that town.
No, but I'm just thinking, Gorilla, because it seems so deserted. I mean, let's face it, there's no traffic basically pretty much in this whole film that they encounter. So it seems like a very isolated, neck of the woods, so to speak,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
I just thought it was on like not like exactly in town, but it's like half a mile out of town there on a road that leads to the next closest town.
It's
Even then,
possible.
though, you'd have local traffic if it was only a couple miles out of city limits, right? So
Well,
I want to let you guys know is I'm
I think it's
looking at
isolated.
I'm looking at that movie database right now, and it really doesn't help much
Hmm.
because it doesn't have their faces, a picture of their face next to the character name. And all the only one I could tell is who from the names is Paulo because it says Seth.
yeah.
So
No,
I'm not sure which one's Dennis or Polly or Blake. Go ahead.
well, they're ranked by how much time they got in the movie. That's the order they're in.
Nobody. They usually the main cast they have their picture, but this one doesn't.
Huh.
Well, I think Joe Wagner's playing the main woman, like the nerdy guy's girlfriend or whatever. I think. And I'm looking here. It looks like Paulo Costanzo is the nerd guy.
Yes,
There's a picture
It
here
was,
on Wikipedia of him.
it's
and
Seth.
that's
Uh,
Seth.
And then there's Shea Whigham, but he looks older here, so I can't quite place him in the film.
Is his name Polly? Or is the girl's name Polly?
Oh gosh.
What's your source? PvP, what are you looking at?
I'm just looking it up on Wikipedia because at least there's some pictures of the actors on here.
Gotcha.
But it's not the best Wikipedia I've ever seen, I gotta say.
Okay, I got pictures.
I just found here Joe Wagner as Polly Watt, Paulo Costanzo as Seth Belzer, Shea Whigham as Dennis Farrell, Rachel Curbs as Lacey.
Yeah, I said that,
Belstyle.
but there's no picture for us to identify what name is what name. So we're just repeating the same thing we just said a couple minutes ago.
I got pictures
for some of them.
I'm on IMDb and I got pictures for all except the sheriff.
I guess I shouldn't even went through the effort. I just don't want you getting cockeyed on me. This whole fucking world's cockeyed. I'm not gonna make a fucking difference. Anyway, she's off to do drugs to the bathroom. Oh, wait a second. We were talking about what kind of drug it was, heroin, whatever. That's right. In a minute here, in a minute or so, they'll show her doing them. So
yeah, she pops pills.
Pills, that's right.
So,
which still could be anything.
Well, I'm thinking about the packaging they bring. It looked more like candy. I mean, normally you would think it'd be like a brown prescription bottle, but maybe I didn't see it correctly. Tell me you can pump gas. Let's go, Polly.
Now, even I can pump gas.
Wait. Okay, there's a hint at the character name. Let's go, Polly. What we're going to buy coolant and crackers. Crackers. Hold on. It's weird the way the names and the character names are. It makes them hard to figure out who's who. But anyway, I need to get over that and pass. There we go. Let's go, Polly Watt. It almost sounds like an insult or a cartoon character's name. But all right, we're gonna buy.
Polly is the name, or at the very least, it's the name he goes by.
This guy here from jail. Is that your
I think
guy
so.
from jail? Yeah, because that's right. We established the other guy's name was Seth. Okay, so
that's correct.
We're making progress, kids. We're making progress.
You know, I actually really didn't even pay that much attention to their names by this point because I was just thinking of like, well, there's, badass, criminal guy, there's nerdy guy, there's like, nerdy guy's girlfriend or whatever. There's,
Right.
badass's, girlfriend, high on whatever. And to me, they were just more like characters that I didn't even really need to think of them as having names by this point, if that makes any sense at all.
Well, I thought about that at the beginning of the movie. I thought, yeah, but I'll get to know their names like I always do. But this movie, it's an exception for some reason.
Well, they are a bit generic character-wise, I thought, actually.
Almost like temporary while they're writing the script. And they didn't go back to actually fill them in.
Uh-oh, did we lose Gorilla?
You're welcome back, Gorilla, if you make it.
Pop.
Maybe off.
The convict's name is Dennis, but they call him Farrell.
Okay, so in real...
So Polly is the girl, the badass girl.
Wait.
No, sorry. Hang on.
Okay, the convict is I don't care what they call him. What do they call him in the movie, or what's his name in the movie? The convict.
Feral.
Dennis Farrell. Got it. Okay. Now his girlfriend, the drug addict. Her name? Did you get that?
Yeah, Rachel Curbs. So her name is Lacey. The drug addict's name is Lacey.
Okay. So it's
So the good guys are Polly, the girl, and Seth, the nerd. And then the bad guys are Dennis, or Farrell, the dude, and Lacey, the girl.
got it. That helps a lot. Thank you so much.
You were
I
very
don't know
welcome,
why-
sir.
It's got to be, and I apologize, and I'll admit it, because I never blame any of my mistakes on anybody. I take full responsibility for anything I do wrong. So, and I don't usually blame anything, but I think it's because of I think it's my mind and my memory because of this oxy that I have to take. Every time I take oxy, my brain's not quite there, so I'm so sorry, guys.
We understand, buddy. It's
Yeah,
all good.
No,
We understand.
yeah, but
Bob.
I can understand you're going to get to the point where you want to pull my hair out.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that.
We've all reached that point with everyone on the panel at some point, so don't
Oh,
worry,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, I've given people reasons to want to pull their hair out, I'm sure. So no worries there, Pop. We understand.
Same with me. Yeah. Do we have any chat, Gorilla?
No, we're all caught up.
You
Perfect.
doing okay there? Your computer doing okay there, Gorilla?
What was that?
Is your computer doing okay?
Yeah, I just got the cord apparently shifted on me. I didn't notice.
That cord,
Gotcha.
that cord has become a character all its own in these streams, girl.
Yeah, if my computer doesn't die at least once during the stream, I'll buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay, so they go to check out the store, and then it's going to realize, wait a minute, nobody's here. And he's pumping the gas. And here's where we were talking about Nemesis. Because here's where she's doing whatever drug it is. Yeah, see the packaging. I'm thinking, okay, it's almost like candy, but I don't know. What do you? So I'm guessing it's supposed to be like prescription drug inside of that kind of package, maybe.
Must be. Yeah, like I wouldn't assume she was just walking around with like a prescription drug and just like popping them like that. She'd try and keep it some sort of discreet.
Yeah, some kind of deal.
And so she's freaking out because she sees a dude in the bathroom with a bunch of like splinters and spikes and shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like,
I'm trying
she's
to
already-
I'm trying to
Go
go
ahead.
back. Did I skip it? I was trying to show that.
Now
Yeah.
it's coming up, I think, in a second here.
Okay. Gotcha. I wasn't sure if I missed it. Right. The door, she's trying to get it open, right? But come to find out, it's because the gas station attendant from earlier is on the floor blocking the door.
Yeah, he somehow dragged himself in there after getting ravaged by the squirrel and died from either blood loss or the splinters taking over his body. And I mean, this for me is where the movie took off, of course, because it's just like, I will agree, it was painful just for that first little bit, even with the camping scene and yada, yada, yada. I'm happy we're here now.
Yes, the pacing of the movie is well done. But I
Yes.
do think, but I do think that the gas station attendant is still alive because he says, help me, help me.
Does he? I missed that.
I thought he did.
Because if that's the case, we'll see what happens coming up involving,
Yeah,
pretty
well, there should
soon
be-
here.
There There should be subtitles, hopefully, if he says that.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't
I mean,
really
I know he
remember
gets up.
offhand.
I know he is physically mobile because he gets up and he walks out in front of the gas station here a little later. But the question is he still alive where he actually speaks and says, help me? Let's see here. Of course, he just continues him washing the car of all things. Oh, well.
Well, I mean, once again, I understand his position. Like he's not the personality type to try and challenge. He's just doing what he can.
He's the type of person
Yeah.
that would try.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Let's say if you were him, how
Yes.
far are you going to let that guy keep pushing around your girlfriend? And how much are you going to take?
Well, it all depends on the situation, dude. At this point, I'd still be kind of. I know for a fact he hasn't expended all his rounds. I don't know if he has more ammo. And like he even states it later in the film. He's like, more people survive being calm than trying to be heroes. Like, chill out.
I understand. I know. I agree with that, but there's two sides to every coin. It could also be somebody just making up excuses constantly.
Oh, 100%. But I don't think that's him. And at the same time, I don't know how I'd react, right? Like, anger is usually my first go-to, but I probably would have ended up getting shot, and then it would have just been my girlfriend and those two. So I don't know. It wouldn't have been a good situation either way. I'd rather at least be alive and still be able to do something.
I think
it's just
smart.
as you say.
Well,
I think so.
I think you're smart enough to handle it correctly. If I had to make an estimate.
The way I read his character was he's trying to figure out this bad guy's. He's still trying to figure out the bad dude, right? He's trying to figure out his motivations. He's trying to figure out if there's anything in his character that he might be able to flip and use against him eventually. So
Right.
he's a scientist, right? He's analyzing the situation, trying to figure out what are the options, A, B, C, D, whatever,
But
that is going to enable me and my girlfriend to survive, the best possible, option to survive. That's what I guess anyway.
that's fine.
Yeah. No, I like your analogy there, PvP. And it's funny, Pop, because you do question at what point would I get mad? Because there was one point where we're coming up really quick here that we'll get to, where I was just like, and it was the only point in the movie where I got mad at the nerd. I was just like, fucking do what your girlfriend says, goddammit. But then it turns out all for the best, what his way was the best way. But it's just like, yeah, and see, once again, I would have made probably the wrong decision, and
Sorry.
anyways, look.
I just want to say to everybody in the chat, I'm sorry if we're going too far into the character analysis. I'm looking and I know that our viewing audience is kind of like going up and down. But I do want to say we are at the scene where she opens the bathroom door finally. Pay attention, kids.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a little bit of character analysis. That's all part of what we're reviewing of the movie, right?
Oh, he says kill me, not save me.
Okay, that's it. Kill me. So at this point, he's still alive, right?
Well,
brutal. Okay, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
So he's been suffering all that time.
Yeah.
Awful. Holy, yeah, dude, that's awful.
And I love the makeup.
He's all full of
splinters. It's amazing.
Yeah. This is practical, is it, Pop?
Yes.
You know? Wow. Awesome.
And she's like, no, I think I'm out of here.
Oh, that's creepy. Oh, man. Wow.
Baby. There's a man with spikes. Spikes. No. Baby, please. Just listen. You even hear yourself talking? Baby, in the bathroom, there's a man. He's fucking. And then we get our appearance in front of everybody. Lacey, get back, Lacey. And of course, Lacey does exactly the opposite of that and just stands there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, she's drugged out. If that was running at you, I wouldn't. I'd probably freeze and tear too.
And this is one of the points that I mentioned earlier that I said I would be bringing up. That is a very common trope for 2008, and I think this movie honestly would be more successful, or would have been more successful, if it was not designed like this. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm going to go back and show that again. Watch this and see if you guys. My point is, see if you guys can guess what I'm thinking.
The 10 billion cuts.
It's not necessarily 10 billion cuts, which there are a lot of, which I also agree I don't like. It's the shaky cam.
100%.
Oh,
This
that makes
movie,
sense.
right? Every time, anytime the action starts, there goes that fucking shaky cam again.
Yeah, I always hated the shaky cam.
Yeah, I'm not a
Right.
fan of it either. Weirdly, I didn't really notice it when I was watching this last night because it seemed like the whole, this went by so quickly. I guess I didn't really think about it too much. But yeah, I get what you guys are saying now, actually, in hindsight. Yeah, makes sense.
It makes that scene we just saw almost incomprehensible. I mean, it's hard to even decipher what we just saw. If they would just shoot it straight, I don't mean where nothing moves and like a static camera and all that kind of stuff. No, I just mean almost like Transformers and everything else that is infamous for a billion cuts in a second and for shaky cam. It makes what you're watching almost impossible to decipher. I don't know if that makes any sense or not.
Oh, totally, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when I see a superhero movie where they've got $10 billion worth of CGI going on all at once, and there's like 8 million things happening on the screen. I'm like, I'm supposed to focus on this? It
Right.
just gets crazy.
Focus on what? What part?
Exactly. There's too much going
Well,
on.
and for those moments, I think it's the whole you're supposed to just sit back and just take it all in, not focus on anything in particular.
So,
But
like, kind of tune your brain out is what you're saying, Nemesis, kind of?
no, like
Yeah.
unfocus and literally sit back and watch the whole screen. Don't focus on one point in the thing. Just be like, whoa, this is a literal experience.
I just
But
find
Yeah.
sometimes
I understand
that-
where you're coming from.
Yeah, it
Let
takes me out of
us,
the film, I find. It's too
when
much,
they- When they pull out, just chill out. Pull the camera out, zoom out a little bit. Just chill out. Let the audience, let us decide what to look at, what to be scared by. But when they zoom in and they're rocking that camera constantly, shaking it, it makes it crappy. It's like if it's filmed by an 8-year-old on a sugar high.
I understand, and at the very least, at least this movie doesn't have a lot of like bright lights and flashes, which a lot of movies also use as a trope too. And they'll intermingle in, and it's just awful.
Yes, I agree.
Right, like if these people had guns, it would be dark and there'd be lots of flashing lights intermixed with all of the shaky cam, and it would just be horrendous.
One thing it seems like if they would have, I'm not one to usually be the woulda, shoulda, coulda, or here's what I would have done. But this is a gas station out in the middle of nowhere. I think when I first arrived here, I think the first thing I was doing is saying, let's search around to see if this guy has a gun. Because the tenant, if they got in the middle of nowhere, probably has some sort of protection. But oh well. Anyway, here we go.
Well, he does. They find a bat, which doesn't seem like it. It doesn't do much, but I mean it's something. And they also find an X-Acto knife. We know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, when I worked at gas stations when I was going to college, I worked on weekends at gas stations, and the only self-defense tool I had was like a humongous wrench that was, I don't know, about 14 inches long. It was a big heavy sucker. I kept it under the desk, by the till, and never had to use it, thank goodness. But that was about the only thing I had to fall back on. But it never got to that point.
Yeah, but your gas
the place
station
I was
wasn't way out in the middle of the woods like this one.
No, it was in town. Yeah.
totally right. Like,
Besides-
they don't.
What were you gonna say, Nemesis?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, and nothing I've experienced is like that. Like, we didn't have or wrenches or anything, but I do know people in the city that have like maces and stuff underneath their desk because there's a lot of creeps and whatnot. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I get it. But like, regardless, so
Yeah, it wasn't as bad 35 years ago or whatever either, Nemesis. So it was, even though I did get some crazies once in a while that I had to deal with, but nothing too awful, thank goodness.
dude, I wasn't even born yet. Like, I was born 35 years ago. Jesus Christ, PvP.
Hey, you should enjoy being young still.
I am. Oh, I very much value my youth. And so does this guy. He values his life because he's like, yeah, he knows he's not a hero, and the dude knows too. And it's just like, because I don't know how much sassing are you gonna do to someone before you get fucking smacked in the face like this chick did, right? Like she's lucky he didn't shoot him, or she is lucky he didn't shoot her.
And that gun does look a little painful, a little heavy there.
Thing is, though, none of them have actually realized. I don't think that. Well, they're kind of it's starting to dawn on, and after they saw the gas station attendant, I guess they're kind of getting to that point now where they know something really weird is happening. But I don't think it's quite clicked into, like, at least the bad boy. I don't think it's quite clicking in. Well, I think it does now when he starts looking at the security cameras, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
He just, to be fair, we skipped over it, but his girlfriend just got fucking savaged by that dude.
Right.
I tried to show it, but I mean, here's what that's a good point. I tried to show that because you guys know I like to highlight that whenever there's some good gore or action. But and I have my media player at that point. I had it set to show one frame every 2 seconds, which is very, very little. That just shows how quick that one scene was. There had to be like 50 edits in a matter of 2 seconds. And that was because it was, and even then it was still comprehensible. So yeah, that was very poorly shot. It even highlights it. I was going one frame every 2 seconds, and we still couldn't make it out. But oh well.
Oh well, there we see her now.
Are you nuts? You can't open that door. She's alive. Look, I can't leave her out there. Yeah, right. That old line. Which was done better in Evil Dead 2. But well.
Yeah, well, this movie's not anywhere near Evil Dead 2, I gotta say. It's not up to that quality.
Yeah.
I think they are starting to develop the characters at this point of the film, though. It's just starting to get a little more layered because, it's like they're trying to give the bad boy a little bit of humanity here by, caring about his, screwed up girlfriend, like, thinking maybe he can save her or something,
Well, and they are gradually getting to know each other more.
Mm-hmm.
This guy can't figure out, okay, what do I do? What do I do? That's why he's indecisive. They keep showing him just stand there looking out the window.
I think they're all kind of wondering what to do at this point, actually.
No, the other couple, the good guys, they already know they don't want to open that door. They've already made a decision. It's the it's the bad guy here who's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
As long as they can keep the creature outside, they would be safe until the cops arrived. But of course, the bad guy's not having any of that. You try, you sneak out there. You know, and it makes sense that at some point they would just say, "Oh, screw him," and just lock the door. But unfortunately, he's got that gun.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, right? If it wasn't for the gun, they probably would. I would have just locked
Yeah,
him out and be
and
done with him.
I was gonna mention earlier, Gorilla, are you there? Maybe, maybe not.
Gorilla.
But I was
Yeah.
gonna mention earlier. Don't what would make a good? We talk about some movies that make good drinking games, or certain parts of movies make good drinking games. I think a good part of this movie that would make a really good drinking game is how many opportunities that those two have to get the gun away from the bad guy, and they don't do it.
Or heck, just escape and leave him for the fifth for himself.
No, but to be honest, he could shoot them while they're running away. I'm just saying the opportunity specifically for them to get the gun away from him. You know, bonk him on the head and grab it or just something. I think because there's so many points where they can and they should and they don't. Here
Yeah.
we go. Should we? Shouldn't we? So this is the thing we were talking about earlier where they're debating if they should or shouldn't. That bone looks gnarly.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be thinking about saving her at this point. This doesn't quite look natural somehow.
No, I don't think so. At least not in my opinion, that is.
That was good still.
3 extremes.
Really close here, though. I did like the suspense here, where they almost let the the dead girlfriend or creature, whatever the heck you want to call her at this point, into the store. Like it's
Right.
very close.
And how can you not? How can this not help but remind you of Thing from Adam's Family?
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought
of course.
this was pretty cool. Is this practical effects as well or CGI?
CGI.
CGI.
Wow. Looks pretty good, I gotta say. Wasn't there an old like horror movie from the '60s with Vincent Price
The
or
Hand?
somebody like that? With the
Several
hand.
movies. There's several movies. Gorilla covered one of them not too long ago, right, Gorilla?
What did I cover not too long ago?
Didn't you cover an old black and white horror movie about a hand that was dismembered and it was walking around?
No. I haven't done any black and white on my channel yet.
Well, maybe it wasn't black, but you didn't do any movie about a hand, killer hand, or anything like that?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay. Sorry. So, the bad guy, I know you told me his name earlier and I forgot it, so oh well. Anyway, he throws a bag of briquettes on top of the hand to hopefully crush it.
Hey,
Of course,
Gorilla, that's a product placement I bet Gorilla's enjoying.
Nope.
No? You don't use briquettes?
Pellets. If
Oh.
I don't use charcoal. If I use pellets, or I'll go and put a couple logs into a charcoal based grill there.
Oh, wow.
But or if I get into the mood, I'll throw I'll use pine cones to make like a pine wood smoked steak.
Wow.
oh, that sounds good.
Boy.
Does that sound really good?
Barbecue master.
It's a unique, very, very unique taste.
Hmm.
but it's one of those I gotta be in the mood for it.
How we're doing?
And I'm
with
assuming
that-
beefsteak.
What?
How
Was
we
that?
doing?
I'm assuming.
Go ahead, Nemesis.
Okay, I'm assuming it's beefsteak you're talking about, not like venison or anything like that.
Yeah, it's beef.
Okay.
Yeah, and Scurvy thinks the girl is on some kind of opioids, probably.
That makes
And
sense.
he goes, "That the girl's on." And I think the character
Well,
has analyst. Yeah, that's an interesting thing when you get it deep into the characters. That could be very interesting there. And
Yeah,
How are we doing on chat?
I'm reading them
that's what
right
we're doing
now.
right now.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
And Scurvy also says, "I hate shaky cam." Yeah, we all hate Parkinson's cam. Yeah, that's all the chats.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So here's where they say that this thing is metabolizing. It's basically feeding off of itself.
Yeah, so our nerd scientist dude is starting to figure things out a little bit here, which
Yeah.
obviously helps later on in the film.
Right, like this is where his strength shines in. He's not rough and tumble like his girlfriend. He's got the smarts. So
Yeah, so like I said all along, he's trying to figure out the situation bit by bit, moment by moment, to try and figure out the best outcome for all of them. I think at this point.
Yeah, it's like, and this goes back in horror movies way back. You got to have somebody, the scientist character, who's basically piecing it together gradually, piece by piece, of how to kill the monster.
Exactly. Oh yeah, this is yeah, this gets really creepy at this point. Oh boy.
It's okay. Oh Jesus! Don't come on! Don't. Of course, them two they're arguing again.
Hey, there's your equal treatment. With the he smacks her.
I'm just wondering, is there
No,
any
she's
of
on
the
the outside of the glass.
Oh, this ain't that scene. Oh, I got my scenes mixed up.
No, she's on the outside of the glass. She smacked her own self against the glass.
I'm just wondering, how much is the actual actress doing this, or is this all like special effects at this point?
Well, which shot? Because it goes back and forth.
Yeah, that's
If the
kind of.
shots were a second or two longer, I could tell you.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to figure out. I mean, obviously, the actress is not pulverizing her face against the window in reality, but it was very well put together. This sequence, I thought, actually, because it was very convincing.
Yeah, it is.
Oh shoot.
you all right?
You okay there, Gorilla?
Yeah.
And she got a plan. Like, who is this, Lucy? One thing for sure, the fact that it's filmed on one location helps save a lot of the money in the budget.
It's almost like a bottle show, actually. I think
Yeah.
when I watched it, like a
Yeah.
bottle episode.
Oh, you can tell this is very low budget because it's very little location shooting there. There's all one set. It wouldn't even surprise me if it was on a set or on a
Well,
soundstage.
that's what I'm saying. They built, it's either an old building or they built that gas station just to destroy it.
Yeah, but then there's only 6 people in the actual show. You don't even have any extras to have to pay.
Well,
Correct.
it depends how you define an extra. Because I'm thinking the lady sheriff or whatever is kind of an extra because she's not in the a movie too long.
She
But
would be an extra, but she would be an extra. But there are crew members still. You know, you still got the crew members.
Yeah, but she's like a plot. She's relevant to the plot, not just sitting in the background holding a person's hand at a table type extra.
She does have dialogue too, so yeah, I guess that's probably that makes sense actually, Gorilla.
Which
Yeah,
automatically that's to apply for SAG.
yeah. I'm talking about the people that get paid like $50 to go sit at a table and hold another person's hand and act like they're talking to each other.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. You know, some of them don't even get paid. They get like maybe a sack lunch. It's on the roof. Oh, how lovely. Let's go. And here's our surprise guest that we were just talking about. There's something out there. You're under arrest. And she already knows, of course, who this guy is because they've been searching for him.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's right.
Tamu.
Yeah.
Just go back to your car and use the radio, lady. And I kind of got a kick out of this watching it because lately on YouTube I've been watching videos where there are videos like this where the cops are arresting people for various reasons. They're all from the point of view of the cop and the cop's body cam. So I thought that was kind of interesting watching this. I can imagine this on one of those shows pop up where it shows it where the cops pull up and they have their body cam and they get out of the car and they rush to the storefront and all they see is what we see here in front of us. And I thought that would be cool.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of the death scenes in Aliens when they go down into the factory or reactor or whatever, and they've got the body cams of them getting killed off.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. And you can't blame her. She doesn't know what's going on. She's just doing her job. But unfortunately, something drops in her eye.
Not just in her eye, but in her face too.
True.
And she like rubs it into her face. I'm just like, oh no.
See, that's what. Did they ever establish that? Like, would you catch this if just blood got in you or in a crevice, or does a splinter have to penetrate you? Did they ever establish that?
From what I got, it was they kept inferring that don't touch you, don't let the splinters touch you. It was that the splinter has to touch you. It's not just the blood, because it's a mold or a fungus that like somehow, I don't know, injects itself into the body through the splinter. They never really, once again, as PvP stated, they never really truly state what it is, and I kind of like that. Leaves it ambiguous, not for open for interpretation.
That makes it even scarier. Yeah, I like that as well. Yeah, because you don't know what's going on.
I think we missed it. It got pulled up onto the roof. We missed that part, right?
Well, there was a
Yeah.
big blood splatter, but
The cop gets literally ripped in half and pulled up onto the roof.
yeah, I think we do see the cop on the roof later on, though, for a bit.
Yes, we do. And you know, this makes me think of when I was in the Bay Area. And this made no sense because you could drive down the street and there would be a store that was just the opposite. But basically, my point is they had an areas, spots within the Bay Area where if a store sold gas, it couldn't sell booze. If it sold booze, it couldn't sell gas. And it made no sense because there would be a store on the next block that sold both. And I always thought that was ridiculous, but oh well. That's a story for another day. No, it's not. It's going to kill us. And the camera follows up to the top of the roof. That looks a little painful, doesn't it? So now we see
Super
more
painful.
and it looks like it's a body is coming together, I guess, kind of like the movie The Thing. What do you guys think? Is that what you interpret from this?
It was
Yes.
kind of, yeah, it was definitely Thing-like, yeah.
I haven't watched The Thing yet.
Yes, you have.
Was I on the? I don't think I was on the panel for that one.
Oh my goodness, dude! Watch The Thing. Drop what you're doing now and go watch The Thing. No, don't do that. Don't leave us yet. But as soon as this is done, go watch The Thing. It's fucking amazing.
I gotta go to work in the morning.
I don't care. Go watch The Thing after this.
I thought you were there, but maybe you weren't for some reason. But even then, don't go and I don't mean tonight, but go and watch The Thing when you get a chance, Gorilla. And I don't mean our stream. I mean, go watch the movie when you get a chance.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome movie, Gorilla. You should really take a look at it.
It's interesting. I'm surprised. I thought this whole time I thought he had been there.
Dude, I swear he was there. I think Gorilla's just tired and doesn't remember, which makes me very sad. But that's okay.
That's possible. Okay.
Or
so,
maybe he wasn't. Regardless. Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, nothing.
Okay. So yeah, she's still very much conscious for that, I think. If they implied that the dude was still conscious after he was like all splittered in his face, I'm pretty sure she's still conscious too. Or it's at the very least animating her body.
So maybe it's like The Thing where the body is the host while it's transforming. Yeah.
Well, it's because it's eating the body like a plant.
Uh-huh. And apparently it started with the squirrel. So like The Thing, it takes any form.
Well, you guys were right. Now I think I'm starting to get vague recall that I was on the panels, that one that took place in Antarctica.
That is correct.
Yes.
There we go. I was there.
Yeah, that's a shame you forgot the movie.
In all fairness, I've been extremely tired this whole week. Like, abnormally tired.
Well, probably because of all the sandbagging and all that garbage you've been having to do.
Yeah, and it's starting to rain all week. It's supposed to rain again all week.
Oh, no. I hope it doesn't start flooding again, Gorilla.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, dude, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I'm totally fine. We got enough sandbags. We'll just have to go put them back out again.
Oh, no. Oh,
I'm surprised you guys just didn't leave them out.
Well, we're not in a flood watch or nothing, and the Highway 7, the river has fallen. below the levels of the streets and stuff, and only a couple houses are still flooded. But anyhow, let's keep on the movie.
Yeah.
All right, so
And to be expected, this is the scene where they wish the bad guy wished he'd made it to Mexico, and they're looking at alternatives to get out of there. And I don't. These days, can you still find a map at a gas station? I don't know.
Depends on the gas station.
Yeah,
it's
they
probably
don't
still
really.
places.
Yeah, they don't establish exact because obviously, as Nemesis said, this was filmed in Oklahoma, but they don't establish within the movie where it's supposed to be located. So it's hard to tell how isolated they are or where exactly they were. I wish they would have given some sort of hint.
Yeah, they leave it really ambiguous. So
Yep.
I feel like they do say, because there's at one point where he's like, there's the cop says, she's like, oh, blah, 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 they're looking for you all, or there's a state watch, or whatever. Or no, maybe it was just that there's a state watch for her. Everyone in the state will know.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think they specified the state actually did the Nemesis. I could be
Oh,
mistaken.
oh, we should have looked at the badge on her, on the sheriff, if we would. I don't know if they showed it or if we could have got a good look at it.
I didn't get a good look at it at the very least, but I
Neither
wasn't
did
paying
I.
attention to that detail.
Same here. Either I didn't pay attention or I wasn't looking. I'm not sure. But there is lighter fluid. So now they're talking about starting a fire outside the back door, which is pretty dumb.
Yeah, because I think at this point they've established that it's a simple-minded organism. It doesn't really think; it just reacts, and it's attracted to heat sources. So I think, is that why they're trying to build the fire to do that? Or
no, they're using it as a distraction. They're using it to get someone to call, because the fire was supposed to go drain into the woods there and start the woods on fire so that they would send out fire trucks to help them.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, is a tad silly, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Luckily, the boyfriend, the nerd, has enough common sense to be like, no, the fire's going to come back to us, and we're sitting on top of a giant bomb. We're not setting ourselves on fire.
Right. Okay. And to listen, I heard some noises from coming outside. And here we have what's left of the deputy.
So why is he looking at get a different shirt?
That's what they're saying too. They're like, "What are you thinking? What are you doing?" take these together.
Yeah, he's coming up with a plan. He doesn't want a shirt.
It's not
Right.
about the shirts, it's about the coat hangers. Because he's going to
Yes.
string the coat hangers together to get the cops' radio thingy, right?
Yes. And this is kind of far-fetched. You get that wire then down and then upwards and then down again to where the radio is on the ground. I don't think it's as long, yeah. And he's still having trouble with his hand. Oh yeah, that had to be fun.
That's like Evil Dead hand for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Come on, a little bit closer. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Finish. There you go. What the heck? Hold on a second.
Oh,
What's up?
I'm not sure what's
Sorry.
up.
Go ahead. Sorry about that, guys. I was listening. I don't know. I'm hearing
Oh, okay.
voices. I'm hearing voices.
That's bizarre. Would you like us to continue while you listen on to the voices there, Pop?
Oh no! I stopped listening to the voices. Now I'm just advancing the slides.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they finally.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say they were finally able to get the wire-ish, kind of, sort of.
Yes. You got almost there. Hold on. There's no way you can tell. There's no way that's gonna be strong enough. And guess what got squeezed under the glass?
Right? And just like the fact that it shreds some of the arm flesh to get through there is just a beautiful touch.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. We clearly saw two pieces of a body coming together like they were, almost like they were being sewn together, for example. Which bodies were those? Was that the sheriff deputy and the blonde girl?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, because at one point they're like, it took her legs. Why did it take her legs?
Right. And why not the other lady's legs? But oh well.
Does that almost imply some kind of almost? I mean, if it made a decision to take the lower torso and the upper torso of two different victims, is that just by random chance, or is this thing a little more intelligent than we're giving it credit for?
Oh, it might be more intelligent than we're giving it credit for. It could be like, but once again, I get Major Thing vibes from this, where like every portion of it is its own separate entity. It's not like the hand is being controlled by one thing. I think it is its own thing. As soon as they
You're
cut
right.
off an infected body part.
You're right. It is. It's similar to just like that, right? I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but I
Mr.
didn't
Gorilla,
even,
do we have any chat?
I didn't
No,
even
we
think
do
of
not.
Go
that.
ahead.
No, we do not.
Okay,
didn't
and what
think
were
of
you going to
that.
say, PvP?
I was just going to say, Nemesis. I didn't think of that until you mentioned the body parts coming together, and then I thought, well, it's interesting that it would take the lower half on one victim and the upper torso of the other victim, and put them together, and it's like, gee, I don't know. Does this thing have some kind of um, you know, sentience or some kind of strategy, or it seems like more than just a simple, stupid mold or fungus or whatever.
Eh,
You know,
That's being a Frankenstein. Being
no, I,
selected
ne- I
on his
never
body
thought of
part.
it. I just never thought of that till Nemesis brought it up.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because we'll see at the very end of the movie what becomes of that, and yeah, I don't know if it's like, oh, the more collects, the smarter it gets, like a hive mind, or if it's not. Once again, not really sure.
That's possible. That's a good guess.
Well, I suppose in the thing, doesn't the creature slowly seem to get more of a strategy at how to finish everybody off, so to speak?
It adapts to the environment, almost
Hmm,
like Predator. It adapts to how to kill each person around it,
hmm.
stalking them, learning about them.
Yeah, it seems like it's growing in its strategy somehow.
Uh huh. It's a big old nail. Oh, it's the baseball bat. Yeah, nails, but I would have preferred. I love those little tiny hands. And those babies are quick too. They're fast. Well, whenever in doubt, throw something.
Right? Well, I mean, just a normal panic reaction, right? You're just like, ah!
Of course, just throw whatever you got. Just throw.
Right? And our boy, the nerd, ends up being the last one dealing with it, so good for him.
That's pretty cool.
Got away. Just scamper, scamper, scamper. We'll be right back. Oh,
Okay,
just a
then.
sec before I go. Welcome, Daniel's Hot Topic.
Hi, Daniel Hot Pockets.
Hi, Daniel.
This is Splinter. It's about people getting wood splinters in their hands there, and they go absolutely crazy from the pain.
Yes, because they don't have. Nobody has a tweezers.
Yeah, yeah, and it just makes them all kind of a little hostile towards each other.
Right. Not fair. Too much caffeine.
Hey, Daniel, good to see you, dude.
And now they realize they see his hand that he's got something up his sleeve.
Hello. Well, and what we can't, a lot of the things that we're missing out here, which we once, of course, recommend you watch this movie on your own if you like the commentary and our analysis on it. But the sound effects in this movie are fantastic. What tips them off is his bones are breaking. Right? Like, his arm in this scene is fantastic. It's literally like it has a mind of its own. It's trying to track the people. So you can see that the splinter creature in his arm has grown to the point where it's literally breaking his arm to try and follow the other couple.
I know, isn't it wonderful?
No, it's lovely.
All right. There it is. That had you real fun.
Nice. Oh, dude, it'd be horrible. Go ahead.
I was showing this movie to friends about, 10 years ago. We were watching this and I was showing it to them. They were kids. They were like, I was the oldest one there. I always say if they were younger than me, then they were kids. They were age range from like 20 to about 30. And I remember when they showed that scene of the arm breaking like that. One of the kids got up and goes, I can't handle it anymore. I can't watch this. I'm like, you're lost.
Hey, I want to say welcome to Sean Carter.
Hail, Sean. Good to see you, Sean.
He says, hey, all.
Check
Hey,
out Sean
Sean.
Carter. Check out Sean Carter's channel, the Sci-Fi Model Guy, everybody. The guy is amazing. Lots of stuff to watch there. All right. Did somebody's stream just end?
No, everybody say hi to each other.
No, because I'm just saying ours is starting to go up gradually. And I'm wondering if somebody's stream just ended on another channel somewhere. And they all came over here, is what I was wondering. Or some of them came here.
I'm not sure.
Couldn't tell you.
Wouldn't know. This is it, yeah. Hurry. And here we get a nice fun scene here where they're going to attempt to remove this guy's arm. Do you guys think there would be any, do you think it's useless or do you think it spread to the whole body? Or would you guys do like they're doing here and use the mentality where if they amputate before where the cutoff is, they can still save them? What would you guys think? Does that make any sense what I said?
See, here's the problem. We know he got poked way back by the Jeep there at the very, very beginning of the movie.
Correct.
So therefore, that's been in his body for how many hours now? It has spread. So he should have just gone out the pasture and sat outside there.
So you're saying not, or you're saying that by cutting off his arm, this should not do any good or make any difference, right?
It won't make any good because it's already flowing through his bloodstream there.
That's what I'm
throughout
saying,
his whole
yeah.
body.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too.
It's just he got one little tiny poke versus the rest got flat out assaulted there. So it took just longer for it to spread.
Right. And unfortunately, that little knife isn't sharp enough. So how are we going to get through that bone?
That's what I was having a problem with, Pop. It was like, don't you need like a bone saw to amputate a limb like that? Like, come on, guys.
Well, this isn't even a bone saw. This is going to be crushing it with that.
It's like that, like a little box cutter or something. I found the scene kind of laughable almost, actually.
I had a hard time with it. I'm just like, no, not at all. PvP. I'm sorry, I stepped on you there. It's the same thing, right? I'm like, dude, I was outside, like squirming in my seat as I would, but at the same time being like, you can't cut through someone's arm with a box cutter. Like, you can't cut through the muscle and the tendons and whatnot. Like, they would have to sit and like, that dude would be in so much pain and so much blood loss from that. Like,
well, that's another thing. Like, he was screaming, but I mean, you know, it's not too far after this where they're drinking a beer or whatever, and I would think he would be just like flat out in agony, you know. But you know, sorry, Nemesis, go.
No, I was pretty much done. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, I found, you know, I mean, it's obviously it's not a documentary, so you know, I'll give it some, you know, leeway. But I found that whole amputation sequence kind of a little bit, you know, silly, to be honest. I wasn't buying it. I'll put it that way. But hey, we got some more gory stuff, so I guess that makes it worthwhile, right?
And really, if they had to amputate his arm there, he'd be passed out from the pain. There's no way if he had absolutely no pills.
Go ahead.
Unless he got a hold of that one gal's painkillers and just start popping her pills, and she was on some kind of like oxys or something.
Well, that's, yeah. If they'd showed him popping some of her pills, it would have been more believable, right, Gorilla? You know.
I don't know, like, because, like, once again, I agree with you guys and Gorilla. Like, it's just like the dude's screaming in agony because his bones are breaking and whatnot. He doesn't pass out from that. He doesn't pass out from getting his arm cut off, and he's just chilling. And the next scene, drinking a beer, being like, you know. Fucking this place
Like
costs an arm and a leg for a beer around here. Fuck that.
Yeah, I do it all the time, right? You know.
Yeah, the inflation get out of hand if your beer costs you your arm.
Straight up.
Yeah, that's a little too high a price, I'd say.
So that tells you how much your leg burns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the one scene. If I had to criticize this movie at all, this scene. This whole scene sequence would be the, you know, this is what probably bugged me the most. But hey, what the heck?
I believe they could do it. It would just take a lot longer, and it would have been a lot more visceral and brutal. It wouldn't have just been like, oh, here's 2 wraparounds of the arms. Now, how are we going to get through the bones? It's like, I don't know. That's a sharp-ass box cutter.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would have preferred the slow, brutal way. That's what I would have liked to have seen.
Well, of course. But I don't think they had the effects budget for that.
The thing is, though, when they break the bone, like, you know, the way they break the bone, would that actually really provide a clean break? Like,
No.
seriously? You know.
No, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
No. Right. It'd
Yeah.
be like a smashed arm, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well.
But I do also like that they cut away from it, because the thought of him ripping his arm off with a cinder block is a lot more brutal than watching them do it.
Hey, I wanted to. If you're gonna make me sit through some gore, go all out then.
Sweet, dude! I'm so excited for Terrifier 2. Then, holy fuck, Gorilla, you're gonna love it.
Is it 2 or 3? Isn't it 3 next?
3 is the newest one that they're going to be making. I've only seen 2.
Right.
I haven't seen the first Terrifier. But yeah, good ass practical gore. Anyways, so here we go. He's just, you know, hanging out. He's lost his arm. He's just like wandering over. You know, not a lot of blood loss either, which is like a huge thing for me. I'm like, they didn't tourniquet that arm.
Right.
Yeah.
And my player seems to be having issues temporarily. Bear with you guys.
Well, I'm just thinking back to like the Civil War. They used to kind of have a similar scenario, right, where they'd have to, you know, do quick battlefield amputations at the hospital or whatever behind the line. And they had no sedatives back then. I'm thinking back to any of those Civil War movies I've watched over the years, but they would have had like blood supply, right, to like intravenously, because I mean the blood loss would be horrific, right? You would think, right, to the point of like, you know, life threatening.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, so this is
Regardless,
probably
I mean, like it's. Go ahead.
well, no, I was just going to say, I mean, that's why, I just look at it as like a fun horror film. Like, I can't take every bit of this stuff seriously, because if I did, I'd be like, I probably wouldn't even bother watching it if I took everything seriously, because it is kind of like sci-fi fantasy more than anything else, I suppose.
No, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Still fun, though. Actually, I kind of enjoyed
Alright,
seeing the bad
there we
guy
go.
get his arm cut off.
Go ahead, Pop.
Bear with me, I almost got it. I'm getting caught up. I had to restart the video player.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries, bro.
Okay, so while you're doing that, Sean Carter says, thank you, Pop.
Oh, anytime.
Danny boy. Danny boy.
Hello, Danny. Good to see you.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Daniel.
Let's see. Sean says, not sure for
This
another.
seems like a fun movie.
Yeah. Sean here says, not sure if another stream ended, but I've been doing home stuff. Oh, that's good. I've been kind of lazy here. And Nemesis is being nice and putting Sean's links in there. And welcome,
Yeah.
Boomer. And welcome, Boomer. He goes, hello.
Hey, Phantom.
Hey, Boomer. Yeah, definitely check out Sean's channels, guys. He's got not only the sci-fi model guy, but he does retro reels and games, which is sitting at a very nice 69 subscribers right now. So I don't know if that's the thing or not, but regardless, definitely go check him out if you're interested in Baldur's Gate, that type of thing. He does old school video games, and it's fantastic. And he provides really nice commentary. He's a funny dude. Jesus.
I agree.
Ano,
Sorry, I'm getting my subtitles fixed.
porque comincia a fallar.
What's that?
Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to mute.
And I mean, at this point, we've had lots of nice character development between the one. The only person who doesn't really get a lot of character development in this movie is the chick. Holly.
Firecracker.
Yeah, Firecracker.
Yeah, she doesn't get
AKA
hardly
Firecracker.
any character development, does she, really?
No, she basically stays the same thing. She's strong, stoic. There is the point at the movie where she's like, "You don't have to do this to prove anything to me." And like, I mean, it's a touching scene. We'll get to it when we get there. I mean, it's funny because I was just like, as a Canadian, I'm just like, oh, I empathize with that scene. I'm a constant state all the time. Well, half the year, anyways. Right, this scene right here, where they're just like, he's like, I gotta cool myself down because the whole reason he's having an ice bath is to lower his latent body temperature so the creatures don't see him. Because their theory is that it's based off of heat. Because instead of getting attacked by the dude went for the car engine because the car engine had overheated and was way hotter than the guy.
Mm. Yeah, well, that's why I like this character. He actually figures out what's going on, and he's their best chance at this point to try and, maybe have a chance, right? I always,
100%.
I also thought Nemesis, it was really funny kind of seeing him getting his body temperature lowered to near death levels. So I kind of got a good laugh out of this whole scene, actually.
So I was wondering, they didn't actually show him getting any frostbite, did they?
No, they didn't. But they also implied there's some humor in this scene too, because she tries to kiss him. He's like, "Hey, don't show me too much of that, because you'll make my lips warm up."
Yeah, don't get me too hot here.
Yeah, dude, 100%. But it's even though, because there's points in this movie that we didn't get to point out. Just one quick little interaction with. They're trying to find the keys to the storeroom in the back while Lucy is trying to smash her way in, or Lucy's corpse is trying to smash her way into the door. And Buddy's just like, you need to pop the hinges because they couldn't figure out how to do it. And it's just nice little character interactions like that where he starts trusting them and just helping them out. And it's like, they wouldn't have survived that situation because, he got them into safety and vice versa. So there's been some nice character interplay between all these
Well,
characters.
yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like I'm rambling.
No, Nemesis, that's a great point. Like I thought exactly the same thing about the characters' interaction. By this point, they've kind of almost come together. Like put their differences aside and
Uh-huh.
put their life experience aside, and they're all just working together for for survival at this point. Basically, the way I saw it anyway. And so, yeah, they've actually, I think, well, especially the two male characters have gone on like a character arc and, sort of developed quite a bit as characters by this point in the film. The female lead, not so much, but still.
Do you mean they bonded?
Yeah.
Well, I think out of necessity, they're obviously two very different people, with two different backgrounds. But I think they have realized if they want to have half a hope in hell of actually, being alive the next day, they better, at least work together and put any differences aside, in the present time, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, and I mean, it is nice because, like, that there is a mutual respect that's growing because he's like, dude can't change a tire, but he can sure cut an arm off real good. And it's just like, yeah.
There you go.
Right. And he's just like, he's upset too. He's like, yeah, Lucy was a firecracker too. And she's just like, don't compare me to your white trash girlfriend. And he's just like, I'm just like, even, but he's just like, bro, like, calm the fuck down. Like, Jesus. But yeah, no, it's and yeah, like we were talking about the life experience, they wouldn't have survived if they wouldn't have been with that, or unless they were with the convict, because he was the only one who knew to pop the door hinges and vice versa. So yeah, working together, all of those tropes for good or for bad. And so here we are sitting at 91.5 degrees temperature, and he's about to try and head outside to get the cop car and bring it around.
Yeah, but
that's the whole point of their doing this.
But you gotta remember, you gotta thank God for global warming on that one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was cringe.
Oh man, that was just fun.
Just in time, global warming happens to cool the temperature down. Like come to the rescue. Yeah, that's San Francisco right there. I don't see it. Hello.
And of course, there's no car key.
Nope.
And
Right.
I'm guessing, does the battery basically died at this point with the door being open all those hours, or?
No, because around this time with especially the cops getting new vehicles every couple of years there. Like mine, if I leave the door open, the light will eventually turn off to save the battery.
Uh-huh. But he's not getting the radio to work here, is he though, Gorilla? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, the radio's not on. It's dead.
Yeah, so that implies to me that the battery's probably dead. He does get a nice shotgun, I believe, though, coming up here shortly.
If he can figure out how to work it, he does a lot of struggling with guns in this movie, unfortunately.
Well, that I can't blame on the city boy. Good there.
Point and shoot. Just turn off the safety and point and shoot.
Yeah, but do you know where the safety is on that gun? Like, he figures it out pretty quickly, all things considered. He struggled more getting it out of the holster, which I felt for him. I'm just like, dude, I wouldn't. I hate to have to ask the criminal to be like, dude,
you notice.
Yeah.
Well, if you've never had to do it before, it might take you a few seconds.
Well, in the cop cars, they do got them in special holsters there. So, like the cops are trained to take them out, but anybody who, but if you don't take them out a certain way, they don't come out.
And here's where you really get your full serving of shaky cam. Look at that. would have been nice if they would have had, like, if they'd had a censor board, as we all know, that most movies go in front of, and that's how they end up with like R, PG, whatever. And there should be a member on that board. Every time they show a shaky cam scene, they say, nope, go back and reshoot. They should cut it right out and penalize them. Say, nope, go back and reshoot. I mean, it's fine to have edits. When I say edits, I mean one scene to another, one transition to another. With the shaky cam specifically, I would penalize them and say, nope, go back and reshoot that.
Just rated S for shaky.
Yeah, that, and I can see I can see the old man and the old lady look at the movie poster. Now, S, is that shaky or is that for shitty?
Exactly.
Oh boy.
That's a good place to hide if you're worried about a monster that seeks heat.
Well, talk about literally keeping your cool,
Yeah, 100%.
And now she knows, oh my God, is that my husband with a gun? Here it is. I had to show this in detail. Oh, I wish I could show this. Was I worried about getting a copyright warning? Hey, you. And she knows now that, oh my God, if our lives are in Seth's hands, we're screwed.
What? Maybe.
Fuck Polly. We can figure out what's going on here. She finally got
They're trying to lure it into the fire.
She finally got the gun. So here we are.
Well, he gave it to her. Yeah.
Right. We are 1 hour and 15 minutes of the movie out of a 1 hour and 22-minute movie where the bad guy finally gives up the gun and they had to wait for him to hand it over. And he's saying, don't worry, I know what to do. I'm a good guy now.
They did also establish that because he was just like, they're like, oh, why did you go to jail? And he's just like, you killed a cop? And he's like, no, they shot me. But what ended up happening was he tried to rob, he was stealing big rigs and he tried to rob a trucker and he ended up shooting him in the spine and the dude died like a year later from like crippling financial debt because America. And yeah, he's just like, like he has a stash hidden away to give to the old lady there. So
right,
he's a morally gray character, right? Like he's made the points where he's like, dude, I could have shot you two both and just taken your vehicle, but I didn't. Like, don't even.
Exactly,
so,
right.
Yeah, I probably enjoyed his character more than any other one in the film because he starts off like early on. I was thinking this guy's a total asshole. I want him to die, right? Because he's trash. But as the movie goes on, by the time it gets to later on, at this point, it's like, hey, this guy's actually as you say, Nemesis, a gray character. Like he's not totally a bad man. He's actually got some decency left in him, and So I really liked his character arc. I thought he was a really interesting character. I mean, not like, amazingly complex or anything, but I did like his character arc.
No, for sure. It's really good. Like almost everyone in the movie gets a decent sort of character development, except for Polly, the girl.
Yeah.
The drug addict girl, right?
No, that was Lucy.
Lucy.
Lucy gets no resolution. It's okay.
You're right. No, don't do it.
Well, no, he even told her to go. He's like, dude, go to Dennis. He's at this point, he's as much as their friend as anyone else. Right?
Well,
They bonded through this scenario together, so.
Well, he even takes off is that like dog tags or whatever?
Yes.
It's the key to the bank vault.
Yeah, and it's the key to the, his ill-gotten gains or whatever the way you want to describe them. And he's going, like, you guys mean as much to me as any other people on this planet, so I might as well give you this because I ain't going to be around much longer. So I thought it was kind of a nice touch.
He asked them to give that to the old woman, like the lady, the trucker he murdered.
Oh,
he wants them to give him the money.
Yeah, the trucker's wife.
Well, I missed that point then. Okay. Well, that makes it even better.
Right. It was supposed to be supposedly, right, for the trucker's wife. And that's assuming she's still alive wherever she is. Make it count. Come on, let's go. Oh, fuck it.
I just wondered, why didn't they take the vehicle? Because they'd gassed it up at the start earlier in the film.
Yeah.
No, I think it was something to do.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Gorilla.
No, did you guys spot the mistake in the scene?
Which one?
The scene we're on here.
Yeah.
Or just was it? Yeah. He shot the diesel pumps there, and diesel, like when it burns, it burns as a mist, So like shooting it with the shotgun would not have caused that fire.
Oh, okay. Well, wasn't there a gas pump next to it?
Yeah, but it still wouldn't have done that with the diesel pump starting on fire.
It would have burned differently.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Here I come, baby.
And that guy there, that's the biologist guy there, he apparently ad-libbed up most of his dialogue. Most of his dialogue was ad-libbed.
That's different. Wonder why that was necessary, but oh well. What if he was like, in the production?
Yeah, I don't know. We know Jonathan Harris always ad-libbed a lot of his lines too, and so
that's because it was in his contract to do so, and we all know why. I'm just curious what this guy's reasoning is, because usually it's stick to the script. So
yeah,
that's all I'm.
Well, you hear about that with a few actors that always ad-lib. They get to ad-lib their stuff, like, because I know also Robin Williams was notorious for that too, ad-libbing a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, always. You have to be a good actor to do that, though. Usually, so that kind of makes me wonder. Definitely have to have a good memory. Come on, video player, don't mess up on me again now. Don't worry, guys. I'll feed you here in a minute. My dogs are going crazy. Anyway, my video player is locking up a little bit. This is pretty much the end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything significant that happens much after this. Is
Yeah, I
there, guys?
apologize. Sorry about that.
They set up for a sequel by zooming in on a dead squirrel with a bunch of splinters that start to vibrate because they sense the motion of something. And that's about
Yes.
it.
Yeah. This usually doesn't happen. I usually try to finish these all the way to the end. But due to unseen circumstances, I'm going to have to kick my video player in the butt. All right. As a reminder, everybody, I did put a poll in the chat asking you if you would like to vote. Give us your grade of either what did you think of the movie or what did you think of our coverage of the movie. And I'll go over that after the people on the panel give their reviews.
Where's the poll? I'm not seeing it here.
I hope it's there because I definitely put it earlier.
I saw it earlier when I first came on, but I thought I'd wait and vote, after I listened to everybody's thoughts on the film. Darn.
I do see it. What do you guys? How about you guys? For some reason, I see two of them.
I don't see where my secondary device is, so I can't see anything right now.
Okay. What are you, PvP?
I can't see it, but I can just give my verbal vote. I guess I don't need to vote.
All right, hold on. I'm double checking. What I did is I hit refresh, and it is showing the poll.
Oh, let me refresh. I'll refresh.
Oh yeah, I thought you did already. You said you did.
No, I just switched between the live and the other chat, but sometimes that usually seems to work. Actually, give it a second here because it takes a minute sometimes to reload if it does at all. Darn.
Well, you can while you work on that, right, Gorilla. Tell us about what do you think of the movie, and tell us about your channel.
The characters there, the characters were just not doing it for me on this whole movie. That they made that guy so useless instead of they should have made him more like even like they could have made him a real power couple, Instead, they made him completely useless and her doing all the work. Like I don't care about the whole not being able to drive a stick thing because I can't, but like you should be able at least be able to pitch a tent, because it's pull through one hole, pull through the other hole, bend them, stick them in the thing there. That's all there is to it. They give they made it like he didn't know nothing except reading about nature. It's like you've been stuck in your mother's basement the whole time for how many years? But anyhow, it's an interesting concept with these splinter things, as a fungal thing. But I'd at least like to know more about them, like is it an alien or is it like genetic mutation? Heck, did it escape from one of our laboratories from around the world? Who knows? I don't. I'd like to learn a little bit more about it. They got plenty of time to spare, with it only being an hour and 22 minutes. They could have at least gone into like something like even just like a news broadcast, something mysterious happening or something.
Right.
You didn't even get that, You could tell it's a real low budget with only 6 people in the whole movie, which is kind of nice, but this movie had a lot more potential than it did. By the time we get around to redeeming the characters, it's already too late there. Then they got some lines. There's a couple lines that were just like, ugh. And it just took me out of it. So I'm gonna give this a D+, and I'm not even gonna bother looking at a sequel of this movie.
Oh, I don't think there was. Tell us about your channel, Gorilla.
As for my channel, it's gonna be a little bit different the next couple of weeks with my co-host being gone. Though I should call TSA and have a special cavity search set for him. But no, but there should be Justified tomorrow night. There Thursday, it's Independence Day. We're gonna be in Okabena at the fireworks and the parades and everything else. And quite literally, by the time I get home there, I'm not gonna be in the mood to stream, but I'll probably have the fireworks set up there. we won't have Walton this week, but I'm thinking of doing a cringe stock there, but I think I might have found the show there. But I'm still thinking on that. Nothing Saturday because I'll be at my sister's, and quite frankly, by the time I get home, uh, I it'll be way too late to stream. And then Sunday cinema, we'll, we'll find something. We'll find something to watch, or maybe do an open panel because it was Germ's the one that had Starship Troopers put on the panel, so I want him there to there so I have someone to bounce off of with
Gotcha.
that movie there. Um, but otherwise, might have a few shorts here. I should have some more drink reviews coming up here this 4th of July there. Then I don't think there'll be any more really much flooding updates unless we get some strong storms coming through. We get put back in some flood warnings. That's about it though.
Okay, well, thank you, and thank you also once again for helping me and doing a fantastic job with the chat tonight.
Yeah, not a problem.
And PvP, what say you about this movie and your channel?
Well, I managed to vote, thankfully. I thought this was a pretty decent film. I mean, I didn't go into it with any high expectations because I figured it'd look like a low budget type of film, but I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed it. I found my reviews are very different from Gorilla, so like I actually enjoyed it. I liked particularly the storyline that didn't give away too much about the aliens. Because, I mean, let's face it, I've probably seen a dozen movies like this where they go into like, oh, the aliens like, blah 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 blah, and they spend like 10 minutes talking about the alien spacecraft or the aliens planet or the aliens this and the aliens that, and ultimately none of it actually really matters that much because they're basically just aliens that you want to screw the human race over. So it's like I don't need all the backstory on aliens. I can pretty much dream that up in my mind after seeing enough of these kind of movies. So I didn't miss that at all. I actually kind of liked that they just got right into the our main characters. I liked the character arc, the two male leads. I enjoyed their arc because they kind of started off as totally different people from what they ended up being by the end of their ordeal. So I thought that was nice to sort of flip the characters from being one thing at the start to being something quite different at the end of the movie. Both of them. Special effects were good. I enjoyed that. So no complaints there. And I really like the short running time. I think it was really refreshing to see a movie that comes in at, like 82 minutes and doesn't, bore the hell out of me because I've seen movies that go on, 20 or 30 minutes too long that
Oh
would have
yeah,
been really good, but they ended up being mediocre because they had too much filler, right, Pop? If you know what I mean there. Um, so
absolutely.
I think this is a good little film. Nothing too spectacular, nothing complex, but for what it tries to set out to do at the beginning, I think it generally succeeds in that. So I ended up giving it a solid B. I thought it was a good film.
Okay, and how about your channel? What say you?
Okay, well, just music playlists as usual. I don't know if I'll be getting it around to much this week, but when I do add stuff, it's generally all about music. So that's about it for now, I guess, Bob.
All right, well, thank you. And Daniel, I'm not sure what to do with you, or did you want to review the movie, or I'm not sure 'cause you just
It
got
was
here.
good from what I saw. Whatever I saw a little bit, it was pretty good. Yeah.
How
So
much of it did you get to see?
just a little bit. Maybe I'll
Okay,
watch the rest of it. Maybe I'll watch the rest of it if I can
well, I
find
do.
it.
There's a link in my community tab on my channel. If you go to community,
Here,
and
I
you'll see
got
where
it.
we voted.
I got it, Pop.
I'm confused. I don't
I'll
understand.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
I'll get him a link here.
All right, now with me, I'm going to give the movie um, I don't really like how, I don't know. I'll just say, without going too much into detail, I didn't like the characters. I thought they were loathsome. That's why I asked you guys at the very beginning of the movie, is overall, did you guys like the characters? I didn't. I really didn't. As you know, I really disliked the husband Seth. I would say the most. Um, I don't like to see men written like that. And the rest of it was predictable. I was mostly there for the effects. You know, obviously my ticket was for gore and effects. I wasn't there to see the romance or friendship bloom between the two couples. So for what I expect out of that kind of movie, I was happy. I got what I wanted, and they fulfilled that part. So for that, I'd give it a B, like I said. And about my channel, we've obviously got tomorrow night, hopefully. I believe we're on the last two episodes of Gilligan's Island, season 3. Are we not, Gorilla?
Yes.
All right, and then, which means the following week, we're going to start with the rescue movies from Gilligan's Island. So, for all you kids out there that never knew or never saw the castaways get off the island, now's your opportunity. And plus, we'll cover a lot of background trivia, bloopers, stuff like that. I'll be showing clips from some interviews over the years and their appearances on other shows before they passed away. And as we know, our last survivor is the only one remaining with us, and that's Tina Louise. So I'm really looking forward to closing out that series. I know I've been talking off and on about Night Gallery and maybe picking that up after I'm done with Gilligan's Island. I might be, I know it's kind of flip flopping, but I might be doing that stream after all, Night Gallery. Uh, the thing is it depends on the kind of support I can get. Because as you guys know, my medical condition, it's getting to where I need more and more help and support maintaining a stream like that. And I don't want to start a stream if it can't be finished. Now I know, I know I probably won't be here to finish it. So let me clarify. I know I won't probably finish it, but what I mean is that if I'm not able to be around and finish it, I'm hoping somebody else will, or some other people, either one or more, can pick up the mantle and complete it. Because I would really hate to see us start covering it and then I shuffle off this mortal coil and then it never gets finished. That would be heartbreaking. So it all depends. I'm trying to build a team together right now of people that can help me out on certain things like that, just in case. I usually organize most of these streams myself. I get a couple panel guest members together, as you guys know. But this one's going to be a little different. But enough about that. I'm going on and on about that. I'm going to go ahead and close the poll and share the results.
Yeah. And
Last
Daniel,
one.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And Daniel, look at the private chat.
Also, I'll do my final thoughts
Oh,
on the
wait,
movie
wait,
too.
wait. How could I forget you, Nemesis? Oh,
It's all good, bro. We had
no, it's not. It's absolutely not acceptable. I apologize. And everybody, yes, Nemesis, in fact, I'm going to make sure next time you go first, regardless. What was I thinking?
Oh, it's all good, buddy. I wanted to make sure and hear everybody else's opinions first, anyways. So it was nice. I'm right in the middle. I was torn between right at the beginning of the film. He was kind of a drag. The camping scene, yeah, wasn't fantastic. Dealing with the Lucy, the drug addict, which was her actress played her very well, but doesn't get a lot of screen time. The dynamic between the trio was nice. There was some camaraderie and whatnot. A lot of tropes, a lot of shaky cam that I didn't really like. A lot of editing that I wasn't a big fan of. However, as everyone has said, you can tell that it's a low budget film, but I don't mind that. They do give a little bit of a hint at some points. They drive past right at the beginning of the movie. There's like an oil company doing an experimental drilling thing. So they imply that maybe they drilled something up from the bottom of the earth, or maybe it's aliens. They don't imply. That's the only thing that I get where they might direct where it comes from.
And I didn't even notice that scene.
It's they literally just drive by a sign on the side of the road, and it focuses on the sign for about, I don't know, 2-3 seconds, and yeah, so it's implied versus told. So
I believe you. That means you're probably right. That's where we're supposed to get it from. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. The effects were amazing. Obviously, the standout part of the film. I just wish we had more of an opportunity to see more of the effects. Like, even from the opening shot where like it was really fast paced and zoomed in, and we didn't really get to see a lot, because I mean, I understood why they were doing it, because they're trying to hide the budget, but at the same time, they did so well with what they did show. It's a shame that they didn't show more. Ultimately, am I going to go out of the way and watch this again? No. Do I like this as a creature movie? Yeah, for sure. I love the concept, as Gorilla was saying. It's really interesting, the concept of these splinter creatures, where all it takes is like basically the fungal injection to go into your system, and it slowly builds its way up and proceeds to take over the host. And it's fascinating, which would imply that, the smaller the creature, the faster it gets taken over, where bigger creatures would take longer. And depending on how many were injected into the system. Right? Like, it was fascinating. I would be open for a sequel, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm going to give it a B. I'll give it a B.
All right. And we'll tell you about your channel.
Yeah, so I've been just playing lots and lots of Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree. So finally beat the big boss I was stuck on for a while. So I've opened up a whole new area, just doing a bunch of new stuff. So if you want to see some fantasy gameplay, come over there. At some point, I will be playing Stellar Blade and finishing that off. I need to do that for sure. Yeah, so if you want to see various gameplay, come on over to my channel. I try my best to acknowledge the chat and tell them what's going on, but my setup is a little janky.
No, I was just going to say, he does. I watch his channel. He acknowledges, he chats with us. It's fun watching him play the games. So, yeah, I second that. So definitely check out Nemzavini's channel. Great guy.
Yeah. And heck, even when I can show up, he even puts up with me. So,
Right.
Oh, and I appreciate anyone who shows up and be's there and takes the time to be there with me. So yeah, no, I put up with you 100%. I enjoy. So yeah, thank you all to everyone. Gorilla, PvP, Pop, Lemon, Suzanne. All of my favorite stuff. Sean, that's Sean 64. I could go on and on. Thank you so much for being there. Daniel's Hot Topics, of course.
Sent
you as well.
Sent you a really cool vid, bud. You gotta watch. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. And yeah, I really appreciate that. And believe me, we couldn't do it without you, Nemesis. So it's actually the highlight of my evening to have you on here. And I always look forward to the late night hours when you're streaming, and I could just chill, sit back, and just watch. So I appreciate your stream as well.
And I appreciate being here, buddy.
Thanks. And I want to say hello. Oh, before we do that, well, no, first, let's go ahead and get caught up on the chat. Where do we stand on that, Gorilla?
We only got one, and welcome, DJ Play Nice. Y'all be safe, have fun, take care.
Hello,
of your
DJ. Oh, well, thank you, DJ. Appreciate that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share this poll, and let's get the results of that. So it looks like, oh, great turnout. Thank you, guys. What grade would you give Splinter? Looks like we got 6 votes. A B plus or B minus got a 66%. A plus, A minus got a 33%. And the remainder 2 got none. C plus, C minus, and D plus, F minus got none. So generally, people liked it. So that's really terrific. And I thank you guys for participating in that chat. So we're caught up on the chat. We said our thank yous and our hellos. I believe that's it. I will hopefully be seeing all you guys, at least as much as possible, tomorrow on our Gilligan's Island stream. Remember, this will be our last 2 episodes of season 3. And it sounds like Gorilla's already out.
No, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. So with that, everybody, is there any final words you guys would like to say before I end it?
No, just thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for having
Always
me
my
on the panel
pleasure.
again, Pop. Yeah, all
You guys
good
are
here.
the greatest. Seriously, you guys are the greatest. All right.
Same to you,
Good night,
Pop. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Pop.
Thank you so much, Pop. And thank you to everyone who's stayed in the chat and watched, and anyone who watches this on the rewatch. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all are amazing.
Drive safe tomorrow if you're working. Be careful. Don't drive too fast. Don't be in too much of a hurry. Peace.